How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is the 8th live stream here on Hutan Pantai. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Oh man, so far I need to apologize right off the bat. So yesterday I had a live stream, and in the middle of that live stream, it wasn't a normal live stream, not like what we're doing here on Hutan Pantai. This one was a co-hosted broadcast that we did. So it was the Farming Simulator broadcast for Will T Gaming and myself, and I mentioned relatively early on in the stream saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to read out all the chats and stuff like that until the end of the stream. But it didn't dawn on me that, people are going to come in after I said that, and they're not going to be able to rewatch what I said during the stream. So I don't know why it didn't dawn on me to do anything about that or to try and mitigate that, because there were people trying to talk to me midstream and I wasn't responsive. So I wanted to apologize to everybody who thought I was either ignoring them or whatever the case was. It certainly wasn't my intention. In the future for those type of broadcasts, because we are going to be trying to do these every Sunday night, Will T Gaming and myself, and I'm going to make sure that I post a pinned comment to let everybody know what's going on. But let's go ahead, apologies out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the stream. And I am currently joined by Ken Adlam. Ken, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well, thanks, BBD.
Excellent, glad to hear it. Do you want to give anybody any shout outs before we get going?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Pippa, Raywin, Rob, Ray, that's the grandparents, and especially to Bruce. If you have a good Christmas, and I will see you tomorrow, Christmas Day.
That's excellent. Excellent. Sounds like a shout out to the whole family. That is amazing. So let's see. We've got a whole bunch of chats already early on, and it just seems right with the world at the moment, because I'll be honest with you, going into yesterday's stream, it just felt wrong. It just felt wrong, and here's why. Whiskey Creek Farms sniped the chat. And what I mean by that is he came in and gave a chat first, and it just felt off. A chat not spearheaded by Jonah is it's just an upside down world. I don't know what world we existed in yesterday, but it just wasn't right. So Jonah is right back at the tip of the spear saying back in first. Well, all is right with the world. We've got Whiskey Creek saying starting in 90 minutes. How's it going, Whiskey? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Pippa says hi, everyone. And also, how is everyone today? I'm doing fantastic, Pippa. How are you doing today? And Ken, how about yourself? How are you doing tonight? Oh, Ken, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing really well.
Excellent, excellent. We got Jonah saying 5 more minutes. Pippa saying yes to Jonah. Jonah also says I may pop in later. Excellent. So we may be joined later by several other individuals, Jonah being one of them, later on. This is our pre-Christmas stream. It's going to be the last one we do before the holiday. And yeah, we're going to have us a good old time here tonight. We got Jody says hi and Merry Christmas Eve. Well, Merry Christmas Eve to you as well, Jody. Well, Merry Christmas Eve, because technically isn't tomorrow Christmas Eve? I think it's tomorrow, because what's today? Today's the 20th. Yeah, today's the 23rd. So yeah, tomorrow. Pippa says hi, Ken. And we got Mark Patterson. How's it going, Mark? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, howdy all from down under. Ooh, from the land down under. How's it going, Mark? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Pippa says hello. We got Jody saying good day. Pippa also says, from Bruce. Oh, very nice. Hello, Bruce. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Crimea River, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hello, everyone. All right, so let's go ahead. We're all caught up to this point. Let's go ahead and switch over to this cam here and get rocking and rolling here in the stream. So what we got going on here tonight is I need to go ahead and start working on contracts because we are now in November and we're just slowly but surely inching our way to I think it's March is when the rice is ready to harvest, or not harvest, plant. Let's see. Let me double check that. Rice. April. So it's not March, it's April. So just need to, kind of wait until that's all ready. Have you tried rice at all there, Ken?
No, I'm like you. I gotta wait until for.
Oh, you kind of broke up there a bit, Ken. Could you repeat that?
I said I'm like you. I've got to wait until April so I can plant the rice.
Gotcha. Are you? Yeah, because you're not playing on Hutan Pantai. I think you're on the Riverbend map, aren't you?
Yeah, I've only.
Oh, sorry, Ken. It sounded like the phone got muffled again.
I said I've only done a few hours on, but I'm waiting like you in April to plant rice.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's one of those that basically the way that things are kind of working out right now here on... Whoa, why am I not turning? Huh, weird. The way that I've got everything kind of worked out now is I've got one map, my Let's Play series for... Oh, are we... There we go. That one is going to be the... why am I blanking? Riverbend Springs. That's on Riverbend Springs for the Let's Play series. There's the Hutan Pantai, which is the live stream series that I'm doing. And now with the Farm Sim broadcast being moved to Sundays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing the Zelonka map in the background while we sit there and chat about that. And for those who are not familiar with what we were doing yesterday, basically what the show is us discussing maps, mods, and news for Farming Simulator. So once a week we're going to hop on our respective channels, both Will T Gaming and myself, and we're going to just be sitting there and chatting it up. We might be joined by other people, we might be just ourselves. It's just one of those where we're just going to kind of hang out and see how things go from that point. But I personally had an absolute blast with yesterday's stream because it's oftentimes subjects that I don't get to really dive too deep into. So it was really nice to be able to do that. And it was awesome hanging out with Jonah. It was awesome hanging out with
Ralph
Luke and
Fanning
Will.
Jonah donated $19.99 through Super Chat. Merry Christmas.
A $19 gift.
Yes, so Jonah with the $19 super chat. Wow. Jonah, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Says Merry Christmas. That is excellent. And you have yourself a Merry Christmas as well there, Jonah. Greatly appreciate it. But I don't know, it was one of those where I'm genuinely curious about what people think about the format and the kind of show as a whole. So, Ken, since I got you on the stream at this point in time, what did you think of it?
Well, it took me a while to realise what you, Will T, Luke, and Jonah were doing. Okay, this is not his normal stream. Wasn't took me like half an hour to figure it out. Oh yeah, okay, it's like getting opinion from Will T and Luke and Jonah, what they thought and what sort of mods they like, and yeah, I think it'd be good for your channel.
Yeah, like I said, I personally had a lot of fun with it because I don't get to go into depth when it comes to the mods. I obviously go in depth when it comes to maps and stuff like that, but we're at the point right now where maps are not that prevalent. We're just kind of waiting to see how things go. But it's a lot of fun for somebody like me to add something new to the repertoire. And again, hanging out with the guys yesterday and discussing all the various stuff, farm sim related, and really getting to sit there and pick Will T's brain about all the upcoming news and stuff like that, it just makes me better informed as well. So, I might not be the FS Encyclopedia, but who knows? Maybe one of these days I might be the FS Encyclopedia Light.
You sort of dumbfounded Will T when you found something out that he didn't know. I've forgotten what it was, but he sort of sounded dumbfounded. Really?
Well, the one thing I was reading through the chat after the stream yesterday, because like I said, I was purposely holding off the chat until after the stream, or after like things were starting to wrap up with the show, and what I found absolutely hilarious, well, not at the time, but after I read the message, is that Will announced his 1 year anniversary yesterday. And again, Will, congratulations. What was that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so he announced. Go ahead.
I same conclusion. And someone's going to be in trouble because he's on streaming with BBD instead of celebrating his anniversary.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So Dust Bunny ended up pointing out afterwards, but I wasn't privy to it at the moment, that this is probably not a good place for you to be if this is your 1 year anniversary and you're not hanging out with your missus. Shame, naughty. I started reading that and I read that out loud to Jonah and to Luke, and I was just dying. I was dying laughing. It's like, that is an amazing point.
No, that brought tears to my eyes when I saw that comment, and I was laughing so hard.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It was definitely one of those where I was like, that we might have just seen a train wreck. And what's funny, speaking of train wrecks, not that a train wreck's funny, but I guess it's still kind of fresh in my head. The other day, Jonah sent me a video of a train wreck. I believe it just recently happened here. It derailed off the tracks and whatnot, but it was the most wild thing. And I even learned a thing, that if there's some kind of emergency on a railroad tracks, at least it's like this in the States. I don't know if it's like this everywhere else, but they have these signs on the railroad track crossings themselves. So if you break down, or if you have something that's stuck kind of thing on the track, you're supposed to call that number to let the train line know, hey, stop the tracks, stop everything on it, don't come this way, kind of thing. Because it ended up ending the two engineers that were on the train. So it was a pretty big deal. I mean, the video was intense, but just kind of something that just popped in my head after saying that in reference to Will.
Yeah, last thing we need is Will T having a train wreck.
Yeah. Let's see. So we got Crimea River says hello to everyone. Hello, Crimea River. And it's official. I'm being released tomorrow. Nurses inform me tonight. Well, it's a bummer that they are not releasing you today like you had hoped. But hopefully you'll be able to get out first thing in the morning and be able to head home, relax, and just enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you're not there for the entire day or most of the day kind of thing. There we go. So we got Mark says good news, Cry. We got Jody saying playing Call of Duty. Oh, very nice. That's a good game. We've got Crimea River saying thank you to Mark. Jonah with the 1999 super chat saying Merry Christmas. Pippa with all the custom emojis here for the channel. Thank you so much, Pippa. We got Jody says I love the show. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Let's see. And feel free to, oh, we got something coming in.
Philippa Thompson donated $2 through Super Chat. Hello Ken from Bruce.
Pippa with the $2 super chat saying, "Hello, Ken from Bruce."
Oh, at least the $2 gone to a good cause.
Pippa, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate that. Let's see. We got Pippa saying, "Who is Santa's favorite singer?" Elvis Presley.
Well, it's not. It's not.
Oh, it's definitely not me. Definitely not me. Let's see. Mark with the face palm. You know what? I love me a good corny joke. I'll eat them up all day, every day. You know, it just gives me more arsenal for when my kids get older and I can start embarrassing them with them. Pippa says, "My mom says hi to BDD Gaming. We'll tell your mom I said hi back." Let's see, and we are all caught up with the chat. So, Ken,
Yeah.
what have you done here recently? Last time we spoke, you had a tornado go ripping through your field there on Riverbend Springs. Has anything else happened since we had last spoken?
Uh, not good in crop destruction, but on Hutan Pantai, I'm doing a peas contract that's worth between 21k to 22k, and I'm about 60% way through there.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of a plowing contract, and this thing is actually pretty up there. I'm shocked about how good this one pays out. What, 22 grand for this one? And I just
Yeah,
bought
it was.
the plow here, the straight edge plow, and I've got the 12 meter working with on it.
I prefer the 6 meter.
Oh yeah, this I mean, really any of them are really really good. Just the simple fact that it's a straight edge plow and that it actually will rip up the ground and actually create new fields. This thing is by far the best plow, subsoiler, whatever you want to call it. It's the best that we got in game so far.
Um, off my on Riverbend, I there's 2 large fields I did. One that got hit by the twister, and the sister field, which didn't even get touched. I managed to get I think it was like 137,000 litres off both fields of barley.
Wow, that's pretty good. And you said those are the ones that weren't touched by the twister.
Now, I got about 60 odd thousand off the field that was hit by the twister, and about 68,000 litres off the one that wasn't hit.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to complain about those values. I mean, 60 and 68,000. I mean, that's pretty good. And even considering that, you know, there's a certain percentage lost, I mean, it's still not too bad.
You know, I lost about 5%. Roughly worked out 5% going down that left-hand edge.
That'd be one thing I'd love to be able to figure out, but I don't know how you'd really be able to calculate something like that. Is you'd almost have to have a specific field, like a testing field set up, wait for some kind of event to happen, and then once the said event happened, you know, get like a pre-event and post-event harvesting. But then that's, you know, all banking on the fact that everything, you know, is the same, with the only exception being the weather event kind of thing. You know what I mean? But even that's going to be like random, because it all depends on, one, the event, two, the kind of directionality that it hits. I don't know. That one would be almost impossible to calculate.
on that field, I didn't realize, but I got a bit of hail damage as well on that field that got hit with the twister.
Oh wow, so you got like double hit with that.
Yeah. It was like a day before I had hail, then the following day the twister came.
Oh jeez. It was the game. It was the game basically saying, "We're getting you, Ken. It's your turn now."
That's right. Yeah, I worked out how I got that second start, that second farm on River Bend. There was a barley, I think it was barley or wheat field that was ready to harvest. So I bought it. I was going to do a field flip,
Mm-hmm.
and I got sidetracked with doing some contracts. Oh yeah, okay. So I went back the following day. Oh no, I lost the whole crop. It just withered.
No.
It just withered on me. So
Oh.
and when I went to harvest it, I noticed the icons were up by the house. Hey, so I went to the map. You own that house. So I ended up buying the field next to it and across the road, and I planted down a cow barn, and it holds 55 cows, and I got about 47 plus 10-month-old calves in there as well. So I've got about room for another 8 cows.
Okay.
And I put down that bale and storage shed there. That's absolutely filled with straw, hay, and silage. Every time I put more bales in it, the straw disappears. It's still there. It's just the straw colour changes to either hay or silage.
But it's still there.
I'm going, oh shit, where's my straw gone? So I go walking up there. Oh yeah, and the icon comes. Oh yeah, still got my straws. Just that the bales have changed colour.
Oh, you're talking about like a bale and pallet storage kind of storage for the actual bales themselves.
The shed one, the one that's like
Yes.
on top.
I know what you're talking about.
Bales just change colour. Oh,
Oh.
straw, I need for total mix. No, they're still there.
Oh man, that would be like so disconcerting. You'd just be like, "Oh yeah, I've got, X number of bales of straw and X number of silage and all this stuff." And then all of a sudden you're like, "Wait a minute. Where did all my straw go? Like it was just showing it just a few seconds ago." And then you walk up to it and it's like, "Oh wait, it's still there. It's just wanting
It's
to mess
still
with
there.
me."
The game's not messing with my mind.
You know what just dawned on me? It was Klaus.
What's that?
It was Klaus that
Oh,
that sent a tornado your way. It was Klaus that did the hail damage, and he's sitting there moving around your bales.
that's not a good thing, Klaus.
No, Klaus, come on now.
Leave them alone. They gotta be fed.
Oh my goodness. So I absolutely love that on this channel we've come up with so much lore that's just kind of behind the scenes kind of stuff, to where if somebody were to just randomly show up to the stream right now and heard us talking about Klaus, they'd be like, what are these people talking about Klaus? Who is this Klaus? Who's who's Jasper? Who's all these ghosts that are just running around and messing with people on a constant basis? Like, it just, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was just sitting there just chuckling.
Did you realize he tried to invade yesterday's stream?
I saw that. Yep, I saw that. Apparently
Yeah.
over there on Will T Gaming's chat, he was sitting there poking around.
And well, he actually came on to your side as well. And Jasper's, no, Klaus, cut it out.
See, Jasper and I built up a rapport, and I'm good with it. I'm okay with that. One of those where now I feel like there's a mutual respect between Jasper and I, and I'm all about it.
Is that a Velcro you're using?
I'm sorry.
The tractor on screen,
It's a
the white
Veltro.
one. Is
Yep.
that a?
Yep.
I wonder why the plough's a bit faster because you got it running backwards.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the T series Valtra. So
I've got the Deutz Warrior
oh, that's a
on
beauty tractor.
on Riverbean. I've got that one New Holland, one case, but I painted the case blue. So I've got two blue tractors. The Warrior, and what's that? It's slightly Challenger, but it's a red one. I've got that, and I've got a small 16. I think it's a 165 Matthew Ferguson. That does all my cattle run.
Okay, very nice.
All the cattle trailer. So on the actual start farm, I've got, I think it's 10 months old, and once they get up to like 12 or 14 months old, transfer them over to the second farm because that's where my cow barn is, and it only holds 55. It's not as big as what Will T gets up to, but keeps me busy even with 55.
Well, at this point, Will T Gaming is going to have to be up to about 300,000 cows before the night's over.
Oh, I hate to see what his. I can't wait for his map to be completed because I'm definitely going to download that.
For sure, for sure. I need to pause the stream just real quick. Give me about 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I am back. Sorry about that. Miss is getting ready to go to sleep, so she wanted to wish me good night.
Got to do the husband duties, you know.
Exactly. Let's see. So we got Jonah saying 1, 2, 3, LOL. Jonah, you're getting cheeky again. Oh my goodness. So I'm trying to think of all the different stuff that we have done up to this point, because we're getting to a point to where I don't know if we're going to have another live stream before the first of the year. There's going to be content coming out for the channel and all that stuff, but one of those where I'm not sure how everything's going to kind of play out from this point on, because it's gonna be Christmas, and then there's gonna be like family and all that stuff. So things are gonna get pretty busy around here. So one of those where thinking about like what kind of stuff we've done on this map so far. We're on the 8th live stream here on Hutan Pantai, and I mean we've gotten quite a bit of stuff achieved up to this point. I mean, you figure we've got a brand new tractor on hand, we've got the plow, we've got all sorts of different like little bits of material and stuff. We got both of the fields all filled with crop and whatnot. So I mean, we've done quite a bit here. Let's see. Let's grab this. So Ken, what are some of the future plans you have going on for your build there on Riverbed Springs? Are you trying to do anything where it's going to be like some kind of massive build, or are you just kind of taking it one step at a time at this point?
Well, at the moment, I've got to take one step at a time, because I've got 2 fields. I've got red beet growing in my 2 large fields. I've got red beet growing in. So they're all fertilised. Thank Christ it was on the first stage. Otherwise, my big tractor would have crushed them if they'd been in the second stage.
Oh, well, that's a good thing that didn't happen. So red beets. So you're going like all in on the on it. Are you starting out with some of the smaller equipment, or are you going for some of the bigger bits of harvesting equipment?
Well, I shot out Hutan and did a parsnip contract, and I got that real big crop harvester, the real large, the Wolf one, holds like 18,000 litres in the hopper.
Oh, we're getting
Ralph
another
Fanning
super
Jonah
chat here.
donated $1.99 through Super Chat. About to join.
Jonah with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you again, Jonah, so very much. Says about to join. Very nice. Yeah, I sent you a new link. Just check your Discord and you'll be able to hop right on in. And there was a subscriber that just came through here just a moment ago. I thought it was Winterwolf, but don't quote me on the name. I do apologize. I caught it right at the very tail end when Ken was talking. But anyways, Ken, go ahead.
You know that real large DeWolf vegetable harvester, the real big one?
The one where you have to have a trailer to like trail along with you?
Right on the end of the vegetable harvester, that real big one that has the
And as promised, here I am.
Jonah, how's it going?
Fantastic.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Sorry about that, Ken. Go ahead. So you're saying the one that's on the very end, the
yeah. If you go to the vegetable harvester, no.
Oh, the ZKIVSE Skivs, however that's pronounced.
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha. Yes.
I used it on a parsnip harvest contract. It does not work with AI workers.
No, because you have to have like a trailer to like tow. Like you basically got to drive the trailer and then keep up with the thing because it doesn't have a storage capacity to it. What's that?
Yeah, that one does. It's got a storage capacity of like 17,000 litres.
Does it really? I thought. Huh.
It just. Yeah, that one. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't realize this had a storage
Yeah,
capacity. I thought this one you had to have a trail, or like a trailer, to come along with you.
you know, no, it's got a storage capacity.
Okay.
It just does not work with AI.
Ah, giants. What are you doing to us? What are you doing to us? Oh, and I think I heard another ding here in the chat here. Did we get somebody else that joined us?
Hello?
Will T Gaming, how's it going?
What's up?
Let's see. So Jonah just hopped in here. Jonah, do you want to give any shout outs before we get going?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the train that's about to pass the house. LOL. A good shout out to my YouTube channel, Real Fan and Jonah, where you can see trains that go by my house.
and many more.
Anymore.
What about you, Will? Do you want to give yourself a shout out before we get going?
Yeah, so you well, it's been a very long day. I cannot talk today. If you guys want to stay up to date with all the new mods, any new news that comes out, make sure you check me out over on Facebook, over at Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia. You can also find me on Twitch at Steinair24, and you can also find me over on YouTube at Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia, where every single Sunday BDD and I do a broadcast.
Now, did we? Oh, let's see. We
Philippa
got
Thompson
another
donated
super
5
chat.
New Zealand dollars through Super Chat. Can I join to please?
Pippa with the $5 super chat says, "Can I join too, please?" Absolutely. Let me add that in. Let's see. Can I? Oh, why? Yes. All right. Pippa, you should have the link in your Discord. Go ahead and check it out, and feel free to join us. I didn't know if you'd want to join us here, because I thought you were hanging out with family, so I didn't want to intrude on that. Let's see. So back there. There we go. So
Yeah, Bruce is probably
sorry, Ken. What was that?
Bruce is probably annoying the crap out of his grandfather.
Well, you said he was 9, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, he's a real granddad boy when he comes down.
Oh, that's awesome though, because I know my little ones, they love their paw. They absolutely love him. So whenever he's around or whatnot, and you know, my eldest, she'll be like, Paw's house, go to Paw's house.
Yeah, he doesn't get to see his grandfather that often, so.
Oh, so it's like a really special thing for him to be able to actually go out and hang out with them. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to. So many things. Oh no. Things are happening here. Things are happening. There we go. So, anyways, Will, did we come up with a official name, or are we still kind of hanging on to that for right now?
No, we did come up with an official name.
Okay, so we're gonna land on it, huh?
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and announce it here?
100%.
Let's hear it.
I should get back to it. All right. So on Sundays, so Beatty and I were talking, and we did confirm it's going to be at 9:30 at night, instead of 2 o'clock. So we switched it because it works out better for everybody. But instead of having it as the FS broadcast, we now are going to be having it as the triple S's. So it's going to be the FS Sunday Show by WTG and BDD.
Yes, absolutely. So be on the lookout every Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Farming Simulator Sunday show. That is what we're going to call it going forward. And I tell you what, I was just saying it earlier here in stream. I'll go ahead and say it all over again. I had an absolute blast with everyone yesterday doing the stream and going over the mods and the news and all that stuff. I can only imagine how things are going to be when like maps start getting released and we're able to start talking about those things on the streams as well. That's going to be an absolute blast going forward, and just seeing where things go from here. I'm excited.
Yeah, and this weekend on Saturday or Sunday when I get time, I'm gonna try to go through hopefully before Sunday. Try to figure out on how to get that thing so it can capture my screen so I can show off like the news, if anything. Because I know, I know that's who was it? Jonah, I think. Was Jonah or Luke that asked what kind of truck that was? I was talking about that international truck.
Yes, yeah, I think it was Luke,
Yeah,
but Jonah's on the call. So Jonah, correct me if I'm wrong.
It was Luke. Yeah, it was Luke.
Okay, so
yeah.
I thought that was right.
Yeah, because then that way I can just show it off like right there on stream. So
yeah, for sure. And it's one of those where I'm still trying to figure out, because right now at this point you and I have decided that we're going to host the dual streams, so we're going to be hosting it from each other's channels and stuff. You know, right now I've got it worked out to where I started the Sri Lanka map, and I'm basically going to be playing that in the background. And Will, you weren't around for everything that happened, so I'll kind of get you back up to speed. So I had mentioned like early on in the stream yesterday about, hey, you know, this is, you know, something different. I'm not going to be able to kind of keep with the chat and whatnot, like I normally try to do here on my streams.
yeah.
And I mentioned that pretty early on in the stream, but it didn't dawn on me after mentioning that. It's like, hey, people who come in after I said that on stream are not going to know that I said that. They're certainly not going to turn around and rewatch that portion of the stream just to figure out what's going on. Well,
Right.
as I'm sitting there, you know, going through the chat yesterday after stream, I'm realizing people are like realizing that I'm not interacting with them, and that I'm kind of like ignoring what's going on, and they're throwing that out there kind of thing. So it's like, hey, you know, we're being ignored here in the chat, and it didn't occur to me until afterwards. So Whiskey ended up telling me, hey, why don't you pin a chat, pin a note to the chat, just so they know going forward you're not going to reply to them until after the stream, kind of thing. So.
Right.
First things first, I came on to apologize in this stream for yesterday's stream that I was, you know, wasn't trying to ignore people. Because I did feel kind of bad. It's like, ooh. But something that did get pointed out in our chat, or in my chat, that might not have come across your desk. Yesterday you said was your 1-year anniversary, correct?
Yes.
So Dust Bunny ended up pointing out the fact that you might be in a little bit of hot water today.
What do you mean a little bit of hot water?
Well, it's your 1-year anniversary, and you were sitting there chatting with us.
Okay, first of all, I actually asked her if that was okay, and she said yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so hot water avoided.
Yeah. So
understanding.
That's very good. At least you got that all worked out, because I was sitting there like after stream, you know, chatting with Whiskey and Jonah, and we were all like, ooh, I really hope that Will kind of had the fourth thought to, you know, work that all out beforehand, because it might be a short marriage.
no.
But Good to know that you put the forethought into that. Whiskey Creek, how's it going? Says, hey there, BDD. Remember to make us pair 3 member moderate. Yo, Whiskey, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Yes. So one thing that Whiskey suggested and I wholeheartedly support is this here. I'm going to be throwing around a whole bunch of wrenches here in this stream. So we've got Whiskey, we've got Pippa, we got Ken, we've got, I think, Will, I think you're already a mod, so, oh, what just happened? Things are breaking. Things are breaking.
Things are breaking.
You're not supposed to be doing that to trees.
Oh, hey, hey! No, that's probably not a good thing to have done. Thankfully, it's not my equipment. No, I got distracted. You know what? Blame Whiskey. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Let's see.
At least you don't have Bill.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. What is going on?
Hang on.
Let's try and refresh this because I don't know what is happening to. Things are going awry. Anyways, let's go ahead and. Alright, Whiskey, now it looks like you're good to go. We got Pippa, I think, is also in there. Oh. Oh, and it broke. Things are breaking. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and I'll figure this all out after everything's all said and done. For some reason, things are just going all sorts of cattywampus.
Blame Whiskey Creek Farms.
Yeah, that's it. Hashtag blame Whiskey Creek Farms. 100%. I was able to get you as a mod, but then all of a sudden everything just started going haywire on my end, and I don't know why.
Yo, I'm telling you, dude, I've been having a rough day today. All right, just give me 1 second.
Let's hear it.
BRB.
BRB, all right, gotcha. But and just clobbered a sign. Wait a minute, I clobbered a sign. I thought I had this in multiplayer mode, and apparently I put in single player. Oh well.
Why?
One of those. I guess I'm batting 1,000 tonight, everybody. All right. So tell you what. Let's go around the bend here and figure out. Ken, what do you have planned for Christmas? You got anything special going on?
Just Christmas lunch with the in-laws.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything special for Christmas Day or?
Oh, that'll be it. It's just a small family gathering. Nothing major.
No, that's awesome. I mean, certainly nothing wrong with that. What about you, Jonah? Oh, sorry, Ken, what was that?
Good Christmas lunch, a few drinks.
Oh, definitely nothing wrong with that.
Can't go overboard because I'm on medication, but
no, definitely don't want to go too crazy with that stuff.
yeah, and we'll probably be there for Christmas tea as well.
Oh, very nice. So, what about you, Jonah? Do you got any plans going on for Christmas Day?
Well, after I get off work both days, I'm just go hang out with the family, open gifts, and, just hang out,
Excellent. Will, nice to hear from you. So it is your turn. Are you having any plans for Christmas Day?
Not really. I mean, we're gonna wake up. I know we're gonna have. I think we're having pancakes in the morning.
Nice.
And then about noon, we're going over to my parents and having an early fast lunch because I have to work at 2.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's
But-
not nice.
But thankfully, the person that's working, who's an awesome manager, already stated that if it's deader than dead, then I don't have to stay there to my full shift. So,
Well, that's awesome.
because apparently on Christmas Day, like they'll be lucky to get like one customer every 3 hours. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah, you were saying that in yesterday's stream. That's nuts.
oh, by the way, I just told Bree what you said about the treading in hot water.
What'd she say?
She just started laughing.
Oh, like there was genuine concern on our parts yesterday when I was going through the chat and we came across that one from Dust Bunny. There was genuine concerns like, oh, that's not good. Because it didn't. I mean, I don't know about you, Jonah. It literally didn't even dawn on me. Like I was just like, oh, hey, a 1-year anniversary. That's awesome. Congratulations. But then it didn't even dawn on me. It's like, oh wait, 1-year anniversary, and you're talking with us. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah. No, I already. No, I already talked to her about that. She's all cool. So.
Insurance.
Well, sorry, Ken, you broke up there. What'd you say?
I said, well, that was a good insurance plan then, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, that is definitely some good CYA moment right there.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
didn't want to get towards Will T divorce fund.
Well, I mean, because as soon as you asked me to see if I wanted to join it or not, the very first thing I did was ask her if that was going to be okay. So,
Yeah, good call, good call. Always good to clear things with the missus.
see, I don't really call her the missus. I call her the boss.
The boss. Good call.
Yeah. One step below queen.
Right?
That's the thing is,
jeez.
that's the thing is, every once in a while I'll sit there and play with my wife and be like, hey, you know, you're my queen, you're my everything and whatnot, but you got to remember, if you're my queen, I'm the king.
Yeah.
And then she kind of rolls her eyes like, oh yeah, mm-hmm. And it's like, oh. And then she comes over and gives me a kiss on the cheek. She's like, no, you're good. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Let's see.
That's
Whiskey.
another one.
Sorry, Ken, what was that?
That's another one in the Scott Bank.
That was another. I'm sorry, you broke up again. What? That was another what?
That's another one in the Scott Bank for later on.
You know what? The way I see it is, I need every brownie point that I can get my hands on, every single one of them, because inevitably I know I'm gonna mess up. I know it. It's gonna happen. So as long as I have enough, good hubby points and whatnot, kind of stocked up and squirreled away, then everything will work out in the end. What I need to make sure that I do is I have more good hubby points than bad hubby points.
Right.
So that's the way that I see it.
Hey, you know what though? I'm not complaining because she made one good dinner.
Oh yeah, what'd you make?
She made Mexican style rice with venison tacos.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. I haven't had venison in years. I'm jealous.
Yeah, she doesn't really like venison though.
Oh, see, it really depends on what it's in. Like when I was younger and used to have venison on hand all the time because we used to go out and hunt it. We'd always make like a venison goulash, and oh man, was it so good. It was actually funny because my wife, she'd never had venison before, and we were still in the whole dating phase, when all this was going on. And my mother at the time, before she had passed, was talking to her, and she's like, have you ever had venison before? And she's like, no, what's that? Because she never heard of venison before this.
Right.
And she's like, oh, well, it's deer, and she's like, no, I would never, I've never had deer, and I would never eat deer because I can't eat Bambi, because of course that's the first thing that comes popping into her head is, if you're eating deer, then you're eating Bambi. And it's like, okay. I'm like, all right, calm down. And then all of a sudden my mom's like, okay, one of these days we're going to have you over for dinner, and you're going to have it and not know it. And sure enough, and that's the kind of woman my mom was. She was just like, okay, we're going to have you over one of these days, and this is what's going to be served, kind of thing. And you don't show up to our home and start making quote unquote demands when it comes to the food or whatever. It's you're there, you're thankful, and you eat, kind of thing.
Right. Exactly.
So my mom didn't tell my wife, then at the time girlfriend, what it was. She just thought it was goulash, or she thought it was spaghetti. Some people might not know what goulash is, but it's basically just macaroni spaghetti, And so she starts eating it, and she's like, oh my goodness, this is so delicious. What is it? And blah, 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 blah. It's like, what's in it? And my mom's like, oh, yeah, you really like it, huh? You really like it? It's like, oh, okay, well, I hope you're enjoying Bambi. And my girlfriend, my wife, her face just turned completely white, and she's like, Bambi is delicious. And literally without skipping a beat, she's like, Bambi is delicious. And then she proceeded to have seconds.
Yo, have you ever had venison hot dogs?
Oh, yes.
Oh, venison hot dogs are fire.
Oh, for sure. I've actually been watching a lot of videos here lately about how to make your own, like brats and hot dogs and sausage and all that stuff. Like, make it from scratch, like from actual like fully cut steaks and quarter rounds and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, it's really simple. Like, it's not difficult. You just need to know the kind of spice ratios and the curing salts and all that kind of stuff in order to make it safe. But, oh man, I mean, be able to have a hot dog and it not have all the kind of extra junk that's in a hot dog, I mean, that's right up my alley.
Right. Especially when you have venison hot dogs with cheese in them.
Oh.
Now, one thing I do want to say, though, is I'm not going to be on all night. So...
Okay.
I mean, I do have to work tomorrow, and I do have to be at my parents' by 9:30, so I'll probably be getting off of here probably about like 11:30, around there.
No worries. Just feel free to give yourself a shout when you need to start hopping off.
So
let me catch up with the chat here real quick. We got Whiskey Creek says, remember to like and share. Whiskey, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Luke says, or Luke Marshall, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Says, hi everyone. How's it going, Luke? We got Whiskey Creek also saying, hi there, Luke. We got Whiskey saying, LOL. We got Pippa says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to BDD and family from the Thompson family. Well, thank you so much, Pippa. Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year to you as well.
Merry Christmas.
Get turned around here real quick.
Merry Christmas.
Oh man, it's a great time of the year. I absolutely love this time of year, especially now that I'm a father and my oldest daughter is starting to understand what's going on. Like, she doesn't understand like Santa or like the role that he plays and everything. She's like, oh hey, there's presents to open. I'm excited. What's going on? I need to wake up early to all this stuff. So like, she's starting to put all these things together, and it's really kind of it's really fun to kind of watch it all kind of happen. Like, her being able to start putting these things together, but it's just really exciting to see like her just getting ready for it, you know?
Right.
Let's see. Whiskey says, Merry Christmas, Pippa. We got Pippa also saying Merry Christmas, Whiskey. We got Taco de Groot. How's it going, Taco? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. It says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes. You know what? Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, because that's coming up here soon. We got, just happy holidays to one and all.
You know, and I actually found out too that I work with a bunch of Grinches.
A bunch of Grinches?
Yeah.
What's their problem?
I'm the only one at BK that literally hands out food and literally is like, have a great day, Merry Christmas. And everyone's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone else is like, here's your food.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, come on, people. Like, it's called Happy Holidays for a reason.
See, that's that's not where I was thinking that that story was going. I was almost expecting the people like, oh, like people getting upset that you're saying Merry Christmas kind of thing.
Oh no.
But no, that's
I think we'll put down on Santa hat on.
yes. Will should put a Santa hat on.
Oh.
Oh, and by the way, Will, it's now up to 500,000 cows.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, one of these days we're gonna get it up to I don't know, maybe 700, 1 million. You know what? 1 million is a nice round number. Let's go with that.
I agree. I agree.
Thank you. See, now we have consensus. You know, we can open this up to everybody in chat. I can start a poll saying, hey, you know, should Will do 1 million cows or should Will do, I don't know, 700,000 cows? And let's see what everyone wants to throw in as their vote. I mean,
I'll definitely say I suggest the poll because you need to get your cows available. What you waiting for?
Oh my goodness,
dude! I'm not even kidding you. Like, it is.
We're not kidding either. We want your cows.
Yo, dude, you don't know. It's been very stressful and past couple weeks. So, and it's if I have time, it's nice, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, bud, I'm sorry to hear that you're having a stressful day, but hopefully here tonight we're able to actually
shoot.
I didn't want to scare you. I just wanted to say hi and see what you were doing.
My heart is like through my chest right now.
All right.
Scared of it yet.
I was gonna see if you wanted some Cool Whip.
I really just turned around because I had this presence feeling, just like something hovering over me. I turn around, the only thing I see is Bree standing there with a tub of Cool Whip.
All right, now, Will, I don't know how the room is laid out in your place there, but it sounds like to me what you need to do is turn your desk around or turn it towards the door. It sounds like that's like one of these days, and I don't want this to happen, but I'm really worried that one of these days, all of a sudden we're going to hear a and then thud. I'm genuinely concerned about this.
Well, okay. So you enter the room that I'm in right now. I'm at like the second you walk in, you look diagonal. That's basically right where I am. And it's like right in the corner. I can't really move my desk because if I do that, then my chair is going to be like against the wall.
I mean, it's either the chair against the wall or, you know, the shock and awe of hearing every time that Bree enters the room. All of a sudden you get the sudden jolt of adrenaline.
Unless if I hit 500 subscribers, then I got a webcam.
Oh,
There you go.
500 subscribers, you got it. Everyone subscribe to Will right now.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. Go subscribe to Will T Gaming here on YouTube.
Exactly. That's exactly why I got a webcam, so that I can just look up and just see her walking in behind me.
You get, like,
Or
ghosts.
or
She's gonna start coming through the window.
what? Yeah. Or what's
Coming
gonna
through the
end up
window.
happening? Or what's going to end up happening is that instead of hearing the and thud, we see the and thud.
Yeah.
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 So it beat it.
When you get a webcam, I want your wife to dump the whole jar of Cool Whip on your head without you realizing what's about to happen.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, so what BDD like just said is that either I don't get a webcam and all they hear is thud, or they get a webcam and it's even better because then you see the and then thud.
No. Don't misquote me. Don't
Hey,
misquote
hey,
me. I didn't say it was
hey,
better.
Dave, hang on one second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let me catch up with the chat here because we got a few going on here. We got.
She just ran out of the room because I was gonna put the headset on top of her head.
Oh no.
That's the people turn into an instant Santa Claus.
Oh my god!
Say that again, Ken. You broke up a bit.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Will T turn into an instant Santa Claus.
That'd be a good one. Let's see. So we got, I think I left off with Taco saying Merry Christmas to everyone. We got Whiskey saying Merry Christmas to Groot. We got Taco saying, you think kids are fun? Wait till you're a grandparent. They're 100 times more fun. The moment they stink or misbehave, you can give them back. Isn't that the truth?
Coal.
I know. A lump of coal.
And that's what I got. Not even kidding you. Like the 1 year my dad literally filled my entire stocking with coal. and he
You at least have a barbecue?
he literally stuffed all of the gum and everything all at the bottom, like where it scoops upwards.
Oh no.
So I walked over and the very first thing I saw was coal. I'm like, what is this? So I just poured it all out and I'm like, really? I got nothing? And he goes, you must have been really bad this year. And then my mom's like, fill deep down. So I ended up just reaching all the way into the stocking. And then I started like feeling the gum stuff. I pulled out. I started crying because I'm like, oh no, I didn't get anything. So I ended up pulling everything out. He gave me something else that really blew my mind. He gave me gum that was coal.
Oh man, so you did something to really make Santa mad that year.
I don't know what I did, but yeah, and then I found out later on that my dad was just messing with me.
I would hope so.
Oh man, see, it's things like that I can't wait to do when my kids get older, and they're really like excited, and all of a sudden they just get like the big old stocking full of coal or something. One thing that are you all familiar with the elf on the shelf kind of thing?
Yes, we have it.
Yeah.
So we just recently got one of those, and I've been kind of doing some research in like the lore and stuff behind it because I didn't really know anything about it. It was just brand new to me, and I all of a sudden came across this feed on, I think it was Facebook, and it was all these different scenarios where the elf on the shelf is misbehaving and being bad. And I tell you what, some people are really into like all these different scenarios being set up to make their elf on the shelf like worse than Klaus.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Like, it's hilarious.
Well, like there was one I saw where they took tape, like almost like duct tape, and they taped it over the elf's mouth. They bound their hands and bound their feet, and they laid them down on their back, and then on milk carton, like on a gallon of milk, they ended up drawing these eyes and this kind of little nose, and they put this handkerchief over around their mouth, right? Or where the mouth would be on the milk carton. And and then a knife was propped up next to the milk carton. And then on a sign it said, "Be careful, the milk's gone bad."
The milk's gone bad.
And I was just rolling. I'm like, that is amazing. And then there was other scenarios where like somebody had taken all these various bits, like little rippy bits from like a paper, like construction paper, and threw it into a blender, and next to it was the was some other like doll kind of thing, and the doll came with a hat. I don't recognize the doll. I don't know what it is, so I can't point it out, but it came with some kind of hat, and they showed the hat on camera. But then like the rippy bits they put into the blender, they had the hat, and then the doll is hanging over the blender kind of thing. So it's just like all these little rippy bits, and then the doll's hanging there with the elf on the shelf kind of getting ready to lower them down into the blender. I'm like, holy crap, what are you trying to do to your children?
Right.
Torture them?
Scare 'em.
Yeah. So it sounds like we got Luke, aka Whiskey Creek Farms, joining us here. How is it going, Luke?
Doing pretty good. Windy, so I might leave here when the power goes out. Hopefully not.
Yes, let's hope that that is not the case. So,
Yeah.
Luke, do you want to give yourself any shout-outs before we get going?
Well, welcome in, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
So, enjoy my Discord at Whiskey Creek Farms. And, yeah. YouTube, eventually. So, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, looking forward to when that happens. We're going to be on the lookout for you when you hit it on the YouTube.
Yep.
Yo, BDD.
Yo.
I just thought of it too. That was the very first time I actually ever seen Bree running out of the room.
What do you mean?
Like run out of a room before because of me or something. Like,
Oh, because you were giving her the headphones?
yeah, yeah.
Man, I
Oh.
was laughing so hard there, Will.
That is
I
funny.
was laughing.
I'm genuinely, I'm really concerned that one of these days all we're gonna hear is a and thud like and I was getting ready to say this, and you misquoted me, Will. You misquoted me. I wasn't glad that you would get a webcam just so we could see it. I'm saying I'm concerned that we go from hearing the to thud,
Oh, 'cause-
and then
Not
all of a
to
sudden,
watch it.
instead of hearing it, we see it. So there is no joy or anything like that being taken. Let's not throw that out there at all.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that people would enjoy seeing that.
Oh, I would love to see it.
I mean, I'm sure there's I'm sure there are some really like not nice people out there that would be like, oh hey, I just saw somebody keel over live on stream. Yeah, I'm sure those people exist, but no, no, I don't want that on my stream. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
you're
that's
from
against
the
terms
farm.
of service.
Right.
Just saying.
You
Yeah, it's like I'm just
Love-
talking one. It's like I'm just talking one moment, and then all you hear is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, is he okay?
You got-
I don't know.
You guys would have loved Mike. He was the most awesome guy. He was a very practical joker around Christmas. Do you guys remember getting those Santa elves, the dolls, the Santa elf dolls?
Are you talking about the elf on the shelf, or?
Yeah, well, like that. But my dad used to get these dolls that looked like elves, he was the biggest practical joker that I knew. He would take the heads off, and he'd take the heads off, and in the bodies he would put a little 9-volt motor with a
What?
drive shaft and a cog, and he'd put it in the doll's head, the elf's head, and put batteries to it and put a switch on, and he'd have it sitting in a Christmas tree, a proper Christmas tree. I'm talking about the old 8-9 foot pine Christmas tree, and it put lights around it, even put lights in the thing, and he'd turn it on. And when my sisters go to get their presents, he'd flick it on, so it was on a time, and they go get their presents. And next minute, you see the elf's head start to turn, looking at them. They would freak.
Oh no! Oh man, yeah, that
So
would be.
it really was.
Oh my
I don't know where he
goodness.
but these little motors and so made them turn their heads.
Oh man.
That teaches you for trying to sneak to your presents at night, eh?
Oh yeah. Oh, that I tell you what, that would make sure that every child that was around for that would never attempt to go to shake their presents early.
Guaranteed.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Batteries will last 12 hours. These dolls are turning their heads around for 12 hours. None of my sisters can find a while they were on.
See, I love like a good practical joke. I absolutely love it. It's just one of those like now with the invention of social media and like YouTube and all that stuff, like the practical joke has gone way too far. Like way too far because it's no longer about the practical joke, it's about the clips. It's about the
Yeah.
attention kind of thing that people are trying to garner. And but I mean, just a good practical joke between either friends or family. There's nothing better than that, in my opinion. I love it.
Yeah.
Like
when my dad did it, there was no such thing, video camera or internet.
yeah. So exactly. So he didn't have to worry about anything like that. He was just having fun.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm glad he had a lot of brownies stored up with my mum.
See, he was well aware of my rule. Very well aware. So you got to have more brownie points than you do negative points because one of those that if you're wanting to really screw up bad, you better have a good banking of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I remember one
So-
time I got the brilliant idea to to take a giant bucket of ice water and just wait just wait and wait for my wife to get ready to take a shower. And
Ooh.
oh yeah
I
needless
think
to
she's a little mad.
Needless to say, the ear-piercing shriek that she let out from that shower, yeah, needless to say, she was not happy with me on that day, but she definitely got me back. Really good. Really, really good. She,
What did she do?
oh my goodness. So,
there won't be enough brownie points for that.
you know, it's one of those that either one of two things happens. Either you have enough brownie points squirreled away to where it's forgivable, or they get even. And my wife, she'll get even. She will get even. So what she ended up
One way or
doing,
another?
oh, one way or another is right. Like it's obviously not anything that's gonna hurt anybody or anything like that. So nobody think that anybody's getting hurt by us playing games with each other. But so no, what she ended up doing is I am deathly afraid of snakes. I cannot stand snakes. Is the
Then why
one
are you in Florida?
oh trust me, that was something I had to come to terms with a long time ago. Actually, I'm going to take us down a little side road before I go down this story. But
Oh boy.
because I'll forget about telling it if I don't. But I think I've told it on stream before. But one day I was letting my dogs outside, and our yard is all fenced in. And I'm letting my dogs out, and it's early in the morning. I'd just woken up, and I had poured myself a nice bowl of cereal, and I'd walked outside to let them out. And I'm just kind of, hanging out, and I'm munching away on my bowl of cereal. It's like, you know what? This is going to be a really good day. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really good day. And I'm just munching away, and all of a sudden I feel something, on my foot. And I'm like, what is that? So I look down, and I see nothing on my foot. So I'm like, huh. And then all of a sudden, as I'm panning my head back up to my bowl, that's where I see it. A snake, like within feet from me. Y'all, when I tell you, I don't have this happen very often. This is something that is reserved for very, very, very special occasions. But when I tell you I let out a blood-curdling shriek, I'm shocked that the neighbors didn't call 911. I'm shocked. Because I let out a scream like a 12-year-old girl, and it was one of those moments where I scream, and I'm sitting there just cursing up a storm. I'm dropping F-bombs and the whole 9 yards. I'm like, oh my goodness. And it was just it was just flowing from me. I couldn't stop to, again, to save my life. It was just curse after curse after curse. And what's even more amazing is that I dropped the bowl of cereal, and where I was eating it, I'm over like a concrete slab, right? But they're right next to that slab is a bunch of concrete bricks. When I dropped the bowl, amazingly, the only thing that happened was the bowl hit and bounced away. It didn't actually break. I don't know how it didn't. There was a chip, and to this day, I can find that bowl with the chip in it and know that's the snake bowl, and I never touch that bowl. I leave it. It's cursed.
It's cursed.
It is cursed. That is
BBD, what you're telling me is you don't want me to mail you the live Burmese python I'm going to send you?
Jonah, if you mail me a live Burmese python, not only am I going to burn my house to the ground, I am going to burn the entire state of Florida to the ground. Like, have you seen that cartoon of the This Is Fine?
No.
So,
Yes.
So Jonah knows what I'm talking about. Luke or Ken, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, I haven't seen that one.
So it's a picture of a cartoon dog sitting in what appears to be either an office space or like a cafeteria almost. And he's got a cup of coffee in one hand, and he's sitting amongst a bunch of flames. Like, just the whole room is on fire. And underneath the picture, it just says, "This is fine." That's all it is "This is fine." And yeah, so my picture would be, "This is not fine." Because needless to say, like I said, if I so to go back to the practical joke, let's reel this back in and pull this full circle. So again, because I did this when she was getting ready for a shower, she just climbed in there, and I tossed a bucket of ice, like a full 5-gallon bucket of ice water.
Oh man.
It's a lot of ice water.
Did you sleep on the couch that night?
No, amazingly no.
Shocking.
Again, have more brownie points than negative points. Bank them up. And then you can avoid things like sleeping on the couch. You can avoid things like divorce. You can avoid things like all these really, really bad things that can happen.
Wow.
So, because I did it when she was getting into the shower, and she knows I am deathly afraid of snakes, she goes out and buys a rubber snake.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I go climb in the shower and I'm, doing my thing and do, like everything's all fine and dandy. And all of a sudden,
Even though it's not.
like in my head right here, right now, all I'm hearing is the Jaws music. Da-dun, da-dun, dun, 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 dun. So what ended up happening is I'm sitting there taking a shower and all of a sudden I hear like a flop almost. I'm like, and I'm scrubbing my hair and I'm washing up and all that stuff. I'm like, huh, what was that? And all of a sudden I look down and there is a rubber snake, but it was the most realistic rubber snake I think I'd ever seen in my entire life. Like this thing was a work of art. Now, when that happened, again, special occasion, shriek, curse, falling out of the tub, breaking the shower rod and the shower curtain that we had, because I'm literally diving out of the tub. Like, thankfully, my wife said she had just moved out of the way because she was standing right behind the curtain. She wasn't expecting me to freak out that badly. And she ends up like she steps just out of the way as I'm diving out of it. And had she not moved, I would have just completely crushed her.
I've got one that tops yours, DVD.
Oh, let's hear it, because now I feel about this big right now. So
Okay, well, this is gonna make you feel better. So
let's hear
this
it.
is not happening to me, but one of my family members told them how one time they were going to the bathroom, so they sit down on the toilet to do their business and everything, just to look over and see an actual alligator in the bathtub.
No thanks.
And she's sitting there like, trying to finish up her business while this alligator just looking at her in the bathtub. He's like, oh honey, by the way, there's we put an alligator in the bathtub. We were keeping it for a friend for a couple hours. Like, you couldn't have told me this like an hour ago.
Oh wow! Like, I don't think there's enough brownie points in the world that could save you from that one.
Yeah, right.
Like you're just in there doing your business, and all of a sudden, because yes, gators hiss.
Yeah.
They hiss and they groan.
Yes, they do.
Aren't gators the smaller ones too?
What's that?
Aren't gators smaller than the alligators or whatever?
Well, I mean, gators and
That's
alligators are the same thing.
Well, we get them out a long ways. I've never been down there, so yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen alligators at the zoo.
it's one of
I
those.
still don't want to.
So it really depends on like where you're at here. Typically around here, you're not going to get any like really big alligators. You're going to get like the more juvenile size, because once they get to a certain size, then most oftentimes the animal control will sit there and like get them out of the area and put them down in like the more remote parts of the state. But every once in a while, you will hear about like a 8-footer, 9-footer. There was actually an instance here recently, well, not recently, it was probably a couple of years ago, where there was a 13-footer that was just walking across a golf green in, I believe it was just north of Orlando. Like, I thought it was like
that video.
Lake George or something. It was
an alligator walking across the golf course.
It was massive. It was massive. But that's the one thing I will say. Anybody who's not from Florida and like comes to visit, do not go in the water. Do not go in the water. Don't think this is like where you're from and you can safely go into a body of water. It's not safe. Like there was a thing that happened like 4 or 5 years ago where a family from, was it Sweden or Switzerland or somewhere from out of the country, they ended up coming here to Florida, going over to Disney World, and they let their,
I remember seeing that.
yeah, they let their 2-year-old or something go into a lake, and the kid got nabbed by a gator. Like I was just absolutely dumbfounded reading this. I'm like, holy smokes! But then it dawned on me, like, okay, well, they wouldn't necessarily know. Like if you're from out of the country, like, oh hey, you know, especially if you're from like the northern part of the world, kind of thing, like where I was there in Michigan or Will there in New York. I mean, you could jump into
I'm in
most body.
Washington, yeah.
Yeah, you're in Washington. Like most bodies of
By the
water,
way,
you could
no,
go
not
jump
the
in
other
and be.
Washington.
What's that?
By the way, join the other Washington.
I know. I'm sorry. It was late last night. I wasn't thinking.
You know what, Jonah? I will give you that. It was late.
You know, the I mean, and every time when I go somewhere, I always look up, check everything. I always be prepared, so I know what I'm walking into.
Yes. Like you don't just go. Like I wouldn't go to Australia and be like, "Oh, gee, let me go and go walk down by the river."
Right.
Yeah,
let's go ride a kangaroo. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. You know, tangle with a kangaroo kind of thing. Have you ever seen a kangaroo in real life? Like those things are massive and they are beefy. Like they're like
they will beat you in a marketing max 6 ways to Sunday.
Oh yeah. Like there was that video of the guy who walked up to a kangaroo because it had a hold of his dog. Have you all seen that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
And he just walks up and just bops it in the nose and then walks away.
Yeah.
Like that's the most Florida
not a
man
good
thing
idea.
I've ever.
Not a good idea.
That is the most Florida man thing I've ever heard. That's the Australian man right there.
That's the Australian man right there.
I mean, do you disagree?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think of this. My brother Dave, the first time he went down to Florida, he was all excited. I know that he went down and he flew down there with my mom, to go visit my grandma. And I even told him, like, dude, listen, you're going down to Florida. Be prepared. Make sure you look up whatever you need to. He goes, I'll be fine. He comes back home and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to your advice next time.
Dude, it's like another world down here.
Well, because what happened is that, and he personally didn't see it, but he heard someone saying something like, he said something along the lines of someone yelling, hey, there's an alligator in the park.
Jeez.
And he ran. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is like, if you're gonna go out to some place you've never been to before, you're not not familiar with the local flora or fauna or anything like that, I mean, then you're just asking for trouble. I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. I mean, in all seriousness, like you could go to Michigan. If you're not familiar with the flora or fauna in there, then you're going to run into some situations where you're not prepared to deal with it. You know, you could run into a black bear. You could run into a moose or elk. I mean, there's all sorts of different kind of stuff that you can get kind of wrapped up in, that people just don't think of things like that. That's why I would never go into the woods in Michigan, like in the deep woods, and not have some kind of protection with me that's going to be able to deal with something very, very large and potentially extremely aggressive.
Right.
Yep.
You know, because I remember I took my wife up to the Upper Peninsula there. Would have been about 5-ish years ago, and we were up there. It was in the Iron Mountain area. That's where we ended up staying. But I'm taking her all over the entire Upper Peninsula because she's never been there before. And as I'm taking her around places and whatnot, she's like, "Oh, why don't we go out and explore? Why don't we go like to one of the national parks and go see some waterfalls or something like that? Because there's tons of waterfalls up there, and they're gorgeous. Like Tequamanon Falls, there's Lake of the Clouds. Like there's so many gorgeous sights up there." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and do that." And I go to my suitcase because I don't travel anywhere without it. And I get my my boom boom stick. Well, that's what we'll call it here. And she's like, "Well, why are you getting that?" It's like, you want to go out into nature, right? And she's like, "Well, yeah, but why? What?" Like, she's genuinely confused about what's going on. And I'm like, "Okay, there's black bears, which most of them will leave you alone. They're typically not big enough, typically, to want to like have a match with you, kind of thing. But you never know. If you find one that's a little aggressive because it's hungry or whatever, you never know. There's moose, there's elk, there's insert all these things that are extremely dangerous because they're extremely territorial." And she's like,
Wolf.
"There's wolves?" Exactly. Actually, I got another funny story I can tell after this. And yes, and it does involve wolves. Yes, it does. Because, like I said, I'm a hunter. I used to go out hunting all the time. So, anyways,
You don't go hunting for snakes, though.
no, I didn't. Winter hunting. Winter hunting. I will get nice and bundled up and in my bright orange camouflage and I'll mess with a wolf. I will not mess with a snake.
Have you gone ice fishing before?
Oh yeah, I love ice fishing.
Have fun doing that in Florida, though.
Nope. Nope. But so like I'm saying, it's just one of those where I'm sitting there explaining it to her. It's like, you never know what you're going to run into. So it's just one of those better safe than sorry scenarios. Something that you would rather have and not need than need and not have it. And she's like,
I'd rather be looking at it than looking for it.
Exactly. So she's like, "Okay, fair enough. Let's go." And, nothing happened, obviously. But it's just one of those, you just don't know what you're getting yourselves into, so make sure you think ahead and prepare. Long story short. But to go back to the wolf story. So my dad and I, we used to go up to the Upper Peninsula and go hunting every single year. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. We'd bring home some bucks and we'd get some venison, make some venison jerky, the whole 9 yards. It was, oh yeah. It was so good. Like some nice spicy beef sticks. Oh. Anyways, so one year I ended up inviting a friend of mine who had never been hunting before. He was just kind of interested in it, and a really good friend of mine and somebody who I'm in contact with this day. And he's like, "Hey, I would really like to come up with you because you tell so many stories about you being up there. I'd love to experience it." And we used to really go all out when we'd go hunting. My dad had purchased an old decommissioned military tent, one of the real thick canvas tents, like what you would see in the show MASH. And it used to have a wood-burning stove and all that stuff, so it was perfectly winterized. And we'd be in the middle of November because hunting season for rifles was it was the second week in November is the start of it. What's that?
After bow season.
After bow season, exactly. So we would always go out and we'd be there for the second week of deer season because it was a 2-week event there in Michigan. And and the second week we'd always go. Well, we ended up taking them, and we're sitting there, and then we were there for about a week, for the second full week of hunting season. And as we're sitting there, it's quiet, there's nothing out there, and we got the perfect spot, the absolute perfect spot. It's on the top of this little ridge that's looking down into this like really kind of thick wooded area where it's like a cypress swamp down at the or not cypress, that's down here, or no, cedar swamp up there, and it just kind of just goes into it. So seeing the cedar and all that stuff, deer love to munch on cedar trees, like the little like early growth cedar trees. It's like, this is the perfect spot. It's got a lot of signs, a lot of traffic highways and all that stuff. It's going to be a really good spot to look up. Well, we're sitting there, and I've got my back up against a tree, and it's a huge tree, and he's sitting right there next to me, and we're sitting on the ground. I dug out, I had a little, like a little foldable spade that we just kind of, dug out the snow and whatnot, and we both sat on the ground. We were just sitting there waiting. Well, all of a sudden, we start hearing something in the background, and it's like, like, huh, that's new. And then all of a sudden, it's, now, again, I'm the hunter. I'm the one with the rifle. He's not
Right.
the hunter. He's got the shovel. So
jeez.
I look over at him, and he's got this expression on his face where he's just whiter than a ghost. He is absolutely panicking at this point. And I look at him, and I just hold up my finger. I'm like, shh, just be very quiet. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. Just, don't say a word. And all of a sudden, it's getting louder and louder and louder. And all of a sudden, we're starting to hear crunch, 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 like the footsteps. And it's getting louder and more. And the howls and the barking and the yipping is getting louder and more. And like, they're sitting there talking to each other, and they're howling at each other. But we can't see them because we got our backs up against this tree. And it's, getting closer and closer, and you can see him. He's just white knuckling the shovel, like he's getting ready to go Babe Ruth on one of these on one of these wolves. And sure enough, we're hearing everything. We didn't see anything, but they were right on top of us, and they just went strolling right on past us. And you can hear them getting further and further away, and they're howling and yipping and doing all sorts, like they're just actively running at this point. And my father, who was there with us, but he's on another ridge, maybe about a quarter of a mile away from us. So he's a complete non-factor at this point. And it's one of those situations where we're just sitting there. Like, okay, I've got my gun in my hand ready to kind of whip around and, do whatever I have to do in order to keep us safe, kind of thing. And, about 5 minutes goes by, it's completely silent again. Like nothing had ever happened. And he's starting to calm down. He's starting to relax and all that stuff. And I'm like, all right. I look at him dead in the eyes. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I think so. My heart's in my throat, but everything's okay. I'm like, okay. Well, you do realize, right? And he's like, realize what? He's like, or I'm like, you realize that I don't have to outrun the wolves. I just have to outrun you.
Oh no.
And he looks at me and he's like, no, you're not serious. And I'm like, bro, which one of us has the rifle?
Nice.
And then I just start laughing really hard, and he's like, you jerk. But of course, that's not the word he used.
He's like, you bully. You meanie.
We got back to the tent that afternoon because it was mornings and nights, not night, but like mornings and afternoons is when we go out there, because that tends to be the running times for the bucks. And we got back to the tent that morning, and my dad, he's like, "Man, did you see all those wolves? There was like a dozen of them." And I'm like, "No, we didn't see them, but we sure as heck heard them." He's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I'm like, "They literally ran right past us. Like they were right behind us." And my buddy Kyle, who my dad really really liked, he was like one of my friends that he really liked me being around, kind of thing. Why is this not dropping? There we go. He was like, "Oh man, are you okay?" And my buddy, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine, but your son kind of threatened me." And he's like, what are you talking about?" And that's when he repeated what I said, and he just started laughing. He's like, "Well, he's right."
Yeah. Exactly.
Poor thing.
Oh, I mean, he wasn't mad or upset or anything, because he knew it was a joke. It was just something to let the bring the levity out, kind of thing. But oh my goodness, it was a good time. It was funny.
No, but in
Oh.
all serious, we do mean it.
But we do mean it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, it was good times. Good times.
All right, BDD. I'm probably gonna head off of here.
You getting gone?
What?
Yeah.
You want to give yourself any shout outs before we take off?
Yeah. Yeah. If you guys want to, you guys can find me over on Facebook, over at Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia, where I post new mods that come out, new mods updates, any news. Like today, there was a big news from Oxygen David.
Oh, I missed it. What's going on?
Oh no, I posted over there. He over on Consdom, he got some custom crops.
Ooh.
So I posted it over there. So, yeah, like I said, I post everything, and everyone knows that. Also, and you can also find me over on Twitch, Steinair24. I mean, I do stream there, not very often. And then you can find me over on YouTube, which I stream the most on, which is Will T Gaming FS Encyclopedia. So
Nice. Yeah, like I said earlier, go ahead and check Will out there over on YouTube, on Twitch, on Facebook. Yeah, just a complete well of knowledge. So, yeah, go check him out. Go subscribe. Let's see.
Let's get him that face cam.
And the very last thing I do want to say is Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas there, Will.
Merry Christmas, Will.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go hit the hay.
All right, man. You take care.
Yeah.
You too.
Don't hit the hay, sleep on the hay.
Thanks, man. All right, later.
Take care, man.
Yeah.
All right, let me catch up with the chat here because we got quite a bit going on here that I missed so far. So we got, let's see, I think I left off with Taco saying about being a grandparent. So we got Taco also saying, "I'll be a grandpa for the 5th time in April." Taco, congratulations. That's awesome. Let's see. Crimey River says, "I want to wish each and every one of you and your families a wonderful Merry Christmas." Well, thank you so much, River. Greatly appreciate it. You have a Merry Christmas as well. And same for you and yours. Taco says, "Merry Christmas, Whiskey." Let's see. Whiskey ended up saying, "I just sent you a couple of shorts from Rusty that we were talking about last night." Ooh, nice. I'll check those out after stream here. Whiskey also says, "Merry Christmas to River." What's that, Whiskey?
They're pretty funny.
Are they pretty good?
Funny. You have
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely check them out.
combines launching.
Oh,
Fucking trees.
that's right. I remember you talking about that. Yes. I'm definitely checking that out. Let's see. Crimea River says, "Thank you and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, Whiskey." Whiskey says, "Joining." Let's see. Crimea River says, "Alligators have a long snout and crocs have a short snout and can get bigger than alligators. The Nile croc is massive." Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they're fast. They are, like, for their size, they are incredibly quick. Let's see. Crimea River says, "Just want to let you know that I had start Hutan Pantai and like it. Love doing the contracts." That's awesome. That's awesome, Crimea River. Hope you continue to enjoy it because, like, I think it's a gorgeous map. It's absolutely beautiful. She also says, "Thank you for allowing me to be a moderator on your channel." Oh, no problem, no problem. So, Whiskey made the suggestion yesterday, and I absolutely 100% support it. I've been trying to go through and make this happen, but for some reason things are just not working properly. But I'm trying to make all the tier 3 channel members moderators for the channel. So it's looking like it's starting to work. Yeah,
Works for me.
it did work for you. I got to you, and then all of a sudden everything started crashing, and then it's just like everything's just kind of freaking out from there. So
That's why I put the blame whiskey in, right?
exactly, yeah. Blame Whiskey. And then Crimea River says good night to Will T Gaming, and it looks like we're all caught up there. So
LOL. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, don't. Wah, wah.
I'm not in chat. I have to do it that way.
let's see. So oh, easy. Could you not go wildly out of control? Holy smokes. So are either anybody on the call, or either any of you hunters or anything like that?
My sister is. My dad are.
Okay. What about you, Jonah? Have you gone hunting?
Once, and it was pretty fun, you know. I mean, didn't see or kill anything, but we did run into some deer tracks. So that was about as close as we got.
Okay. And what about you, Ken? Are you an outdoorsman?
I went on a hunting trip about 6 years ago with a good friend of mine. We went deer hunting, and we caught a decent size, shot a decent sized female deer, a fallow. And my initiation was to carry this deer back out of the bush back to where we were staying. Oh man, did that kill my back?
Oh yeah, yeah. Depending on the size, like, well, how
It
do
was
I?
a decent sized female deer.
Oh yeah, yeah. So fun again. More funny stories because I'm loaded with them apparently. So, very first time I decided to take my wife up to Michigan for the first time, I was telling her about the animals, and I was saying how the animals up there are built completely different than the ones down here in Florida. And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, the ones down here in Florida are just puny. They're really, really tiny." She's like, "Well, that's obviously not the case. There's no way that they're significantly bigger just because they're up north." And I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, the animals up there, like the deer down here, are minuscule compared to the deer that you would see up in Michigan." Same thing with squirrels. And I told her, it's like, because the first time I took her, it was actually that same friend that I went on the hunting trip with. He was getting married, so we had gone up there for the wedding. I was one of the groomsmen in his wedding.
And you
And
kind of have to be there then.
what was that?
And you kind of have to be there to be a groomsman.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really telecommute the telecommute the groomsman role. But wait a minute. I just realized something. Are you all seeing the stream right now?
No.
No.
So I've got the John Deere cotton harvester, and it's for a contract that I'm working on, right? It's the John Deere is the round bale cotton harvester. But something that just occurred to me. This is the trailer that they sent me with. I'm pretty sure this is just a square bale cotton trailer.
I wonder, can they pick up? Can it pick up both? Maybe is what they're
Maybe.
saying.
No. Yeah, no, that trailer does both, DVD.
Oh, it does do both. Okay, well, I thought I was, I thought I was in some trouble
Oh, you're
here.
losing your mind.
Let's see, cotton transport. It does do both. When did that
Yep.
become a thing? Because I was under the impression this is only a square bale picker upper.
No, that's a new edition for 25.
Oh, that is new. Okay. Okay, cool. So it's not that I'm going insane or not that I'm going senile. It's that this is a new feature.
And now on 22, that trailer only did square.
Okay.
And the little red, yeah, one did square. But you had the one that looks like the trailer for round hay bales. They had one similar to that, just for cotton bales, the round cotton bales.
I'll be darned. Yeah, look at that. It's there. Cool. Yeah, I was so... Wait, what? Oh, no. Oh, this is a thing?
What's a thing?
So I started doing a stone harvesting contract, and for some reason I accidentally stopped the worker to bring a trailer over, and I don't know why, but I'm just like, oh, I'll just stop the worker. I went to have the worker start again, and they're doing the old rows, like they're not recognizing the stone. Like that, they're not recognizing the stone that I already picked up, so they're just going back over the path that they already done. The workers, the workers. Everybody in the chat, what do we call AI in? What do we call AI around here?
You're idiots.
Right?
Most of the time.
See, Crummy River says.
Sometimes they are not idiots, but most of the time they are idiots.
They have made some massive improvements here on FS25. I mean, legitimately massive improvements. But there are those little itty-bitty things that pop up every once in a while that's like, really? That's a thing?
Well, don't forget the kamikaze AIs on the road.
Right? Oh my goodness. It's... Yeah, they get to be a trip.
Yeah. Not yesterday, the day before, I had two go, oh, look, he's coming down the road. Oh, I think I'll just crash into him.
The ones that I absolutely love, now that we have traffic splines that'll go around you while you're driving, are the ones that they don't recognize that there's oncoming traffic coming, so they get into a head-on collision with each other.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I can't feel bad for them.
I'm half expecting an ambulance and a cop car to turn up when that happens.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Let's see. Crummy River says that's good to know once I start FS again. Yes, 100%. That's definitely something I'm just learning here and now. Whiskey says, River, are you in BDD's Discord? And River says, yes, Whiskey. Let's see. So we are just gonna keep chugging along here. So
that's what I'm doing. I'm chugging along my railroad track. No, literally, I'm driving a train.
Are you playing Train Simulator, or are you actually here on Farming Simulator?
I'm playing Train Simulator.
Nice. I tell you what, man, you really ought to consider doing Train Simulator for your channel, kind of thing. I think that that would be completely.
We definitely should.
We'll do that today. It may be getting ready to start happening.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta make sure the internet doesn't, works good, because their internet speed's not necessarily the best, but hopefully,
Better than my internet speed. None.
But hopefully it can start happening, once. Because I went into OBS and did all the stuff I needed to do, got the stuff there, did a private test, so everything worked out. So hopefully before too long, we can start having train simulator streams from Jonah.
We
Well,
can't wait.
I look forward to seeing what you got to offer there, Jonah, because it's I think it'll be a lot of fun to see. Because it's obviously something that you're passionate about. It's even a blind man could see that, but
Indeed.
but it's just one of those that I think that you'd be able to, like, if you're doing like either live streaming or if you're doing well, that's actually a good question. Would you be planning on doing live streams, or would you be planning on doing like a more recorded, edited kind of style?
Like, I did do some back in the day, so I'm thinking about to fill in gaps between actual train videos to do a little bit of both, like maybe making Thursday my live stream day, and then maybe 1 or 2 train simulator videos a week on top of that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
would.
downloaded some new routes and stuff, so some of them I played on, but I'm learning the new route so I don't look like a buffoon when I'm recording, if you know what I mean.
I mean, how Simulator E is Train Simulator? Like I've never played it, so I'm.
Okay, so it will punish you for speeding. It will punish you for going, putting the throttle up too fast, braking too hard, not going on the correct track and stuff like that. It is dangerously realistic to the point to where you always can say you're actually operating a real train in real life. I know.
Okay. So is there like collisions or anything like that? Like is it that
you collide with stuff, but like I say, you will collide and will fail the game.
Okay.
Us trains have traffic lights too, in their own unique way. And of course, red means stop, green means go, yellow means slow down. But unlike us, they get to go through a yellow, but that yellow would never turn red. But it means the next signal will be red, so you have to stop there. And usually they're 2 miles apart, so you get 2 miles of warning before you have to stop when you see a yellow signal.
Well, that's good at least. Give them a good amount of warning before what they got to do.
Yeah, so like say if you're doing 60 miles an hour, you see a yellow, right, start slowing down to 30, and then once you see the red, stop. Stop at the red, because if you violate a red signal, you're bound to find another train ahead of you.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, I was telling the story about how you sent me that video of the derailment. Yeah, that I mean, it's just absolutely nuts, just absolutely bonkers to me. Like the amount of destruction that occurs in that kind of thing. It really gives you not an appreciation. That's probably the wrong way to put it, but a real understanding of the amount of forces that are in play with a train.
Indeed.
Because it's like I said, it's one of those things like you're talking tons and tons and tons and tons of weight in one kind of central location, and you can basically compare a train to a ice skater that can only skate on one specific path and has no ability to turn their skates to stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the best way I can describe how a train would function. So you're not stopping fast, and you're talking hundreds upon thousands of tons worth of weight at any given point.
Indeed.
But it just, it's still kind of haunting me to this point. Because you sent me a couple of follow-up photos of what the signage looks like for people to call if there's a emergency, and it's kind of stuck with me for the day. Sitting there thinking, it's like, so nobody thought to stop this train. Nobody thought, like, hey, maybe we ought to call. And you were saying how there was actually police escort that was already involved, that there were, flaggers, that there were all sorts of people that could and should have realized, oh, hey, this is a bad situation. We ought to, delay this train line.
Yeah.
You said there's like 45 minutes, right?
All they had to do was call the 1-800 number. They'll get in contact with someone at the railroad. They won't get in contact with the train itself, but someone that can get in contact to the train and tell them, hey, this truck is stuck on the tracks. Be aware and slow down.
Well, yeah, I mean, at bare minimum, they'd be able to change the signal lights to prevent the train from getting up to it and hitting it at full speed.
That too, change the signals and tell the dispatcher to stop the train.
Yeah, you said it was like they had been out there for almost like 45 minutes or an hour. Like, it was really a long time. Like, somebody should have had enough time to realize, hey, let's not make this an active train line.
Yeah, like, say, with it being 45 minutes, like, a lot of people are like saying, like, well, that train should have never even came close to truck, but since no one thought that no one was thinking, is what people were saying. Like, they weren't thinking of saying, hey, because I'm assuming what everyone thought, someone's already called. But that's what you can't just assume. If you see something, it's better to, like, I say, it's okay to ask, but if no one's called it in, it's okay to call it in yourself. There's no shame in letting the police do it. Just do it yourself, because the police may not get there in time to call it in.
Well, and I'm certain that every single person in the world would understand that, hey, there's a deluge of calls about the same incident, coming in over and over and over again. I think that they would much rather be dealing with an excess of calls rather than no call at all.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's the way my brain would process that, is that would be the more ideal situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of us were saying, is like, look, even if they were being overwhelmed, but like, say they were like, all right, this is a serious situation, and the fact that it was a big vehicle is not like, oh, it's just a car. I mean, it was an oversized load. Like, stuff like that is, like, you saw, it's something that can derail the train. Like, it's big enough to where the train doesn't bear much better than what it's hitting.
Yeah. Well, and the video, the train clearly in the video was off the tracks. I mean, it was not even a question on whether the train derailed. Like, just from the video of the point of impact, you could say, whoa, what just happened? Huh. Some reason the cotton bale I just went to load into the truck decided to do a flip.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know why, but that's what it decided to do. It's a talented bale.
I'll give it a 7.5.
What's that, Ken?
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5 for the flip.
7.5 for the flip. And the judges say? I love it. Let's see. So we got Whiskey saying you can join us on the VC if you want. And Crimea River says sounds like fun. Absolutely. So here in the next little while, because Crimea River is one of the newest Tier 3 members, definitely want to get her in on one of these streams here real soon, when she is available to do so, because, yeah, it'd be great to hear from her and great to, be able to chat and kind of catch up on what it is that she does with Farming Simulator and the likes. Kind of the general meet and greet when we first get to know our new Tier 3 members. Every single person here has gone through that kind of very first interaction here on BDD Gaming and has gone through the quote-unquote gauntlet of questions that come up. What brought you to Farming Simulator? What's your favorite thing about it? So on and so forth. So one of these days, we're definitely going to get Crimea River in there.
4.5 hours.
I'm sorry, what was that, Whiskey?
The 1.5 questions you ask in that 4.5 hours.
I mean, there's a lot of questions that can be asked in that amount of time.
Yeah, you ask every single one.
I try. I try. I mean, it's one of those that at the end of the day, it's a general curiosity of my own to figure out what it is that brought people into the fold, what people most like about Farming Simulator and the game itself, and kind of opens up the
welcome to the channel.
What's that?
And welcome to the craziness of Tier 3.
Yeah, that's it. Is at this point, people know what they're paying for when it comes to the Tier 3 memberships. They can come on, they can have a good old time. Which, actually, speaking of which, I need to go and do my shout-outs real quick because, yeah, it is getting to be that time. Let me get to the proper screenage real quick. Let's see.
Moving stuff around, organizing.
Gotta get to the members page so I can do all that stuff. And alright, so we're gonna start out by giving all the shout outs for our channel members. Starting with our Tier 3 channel members, we've got Rail Fanning Jonah, Will T Gaming, also known as the FS Encyclopedia, Pipe and Paul, Ken Adlam, Whiskey Creek Farms, Crimea River 63, and Philippa Thompson. Thank all of you so very, very much for being Tier 3 channel members. I greatly appreciate it. And then we have our Tier 2 channel members. Those, whoops, helps if I click the right thing. Those are, starting out with Mark K, Reaver Time Todd, Ben Goodwin, Jazz Marie, Raymond Gutierrez, Eric D, Gunbet Hawkenschrod, Duskin Juneman, Sheedle Langomir, Sven Christensen. We got Gloria Ovidiu, William Sim Sheriff, Victor Fontenay, Blue Moon Dark, Ela Sheva Rivka, Brian Wilcox, Rambo Hacker Gaming, CJ Max, Mark Patterson, Kirk Winbank, Doobie Gaming, Christopher Autry, and CS Benji 2020. Thank all of you so very much for being Tier 2 channel members. And if you're interested in becoming a channel member, go ahead and check out the link in the description below, or you can also check out the main channel page. There you can become a Tier 1 channel member, which gets you things such as custom badges, custom emojis. It also gives you the early access to things such as the edited content for the Let's Plays and channel shorts. All that starts at 99 cents a month. You can also become a Tier 2 channel member for $4.99 a month, and you get everything I just mentioned before, plus you get a shout out every single live stream, just like you just heard a few seconds ago. And then there's the Tier 3 channel members. You get everything you just heard, plus you get a custom discount code to the channel merch store, as well as a opportunity to be able to come and join me here live on stream, whether it's in the voice chat, and we're even opening up to the actual ability to be able to come in and play on the game itself. That is $9.99 a month. So yeah, again, I want to thank every single one of my channel members. I greatly appreciate every single one of you, and it helps the channel so very much. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the channel subscribers. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. As I think as of the last check, I think we're over 2350-ish, 23 in ballpark last check. So doing really good on this channel, and very pleased with where we're at so far. So again, thank you all so very much. Also want to give a shout out to the channel merch store. As I previously mentioned, you can go and check out the channel merch store at bddgaming.creators-spring.com. There you can get things like t-shirts, mugs, hats, keychains, pretty much anything and everything. And we've got the whole lineup of different styles and designs. So we've got a bad day on the farm is always better than a good day in the city. We've got the Team Jasper or Team BDD. We've got the Jasper Raging t-shirt. We just have regular BDD Gaming on there as well. So go ahead and check it out, and go ahead and give a huge round to all the people who have gone out and purchased stuff from the merch store. Thank all of you so very much. We've got Jonah, we got Crimea River, we got Will T Gaming, we've got Ken, we got Pippa, so on and so forth. We got a whole slew of people here, and they are represented here on the screen here, all the people who have bought stuff from the store. So again, thank you all so very much. Last thing I want to give a shout out to is the P.O. Box. If you want to send anything to the channel, go ahead and send it to P.O. Box 6136, Hudson, Florida 34674. The only thing I ask, if you send me anything, please include your YouTube channel name, or your handle name, so that way I'm able to go ahead and give you the well-deserved shout out for being so kind and generous for sending something to the channel. Also want to go ahead and show off some screenshots. I believe we have several screenshots for the channel here, and for some reason, I don't know why this keeps happening, but it keeps alternating the sizes. I don't know why. And we've got screenshots. Let me bring up who these are from. Let's see, we've got... You know what? I think we've got some from Ken, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe we may have some from Will T Gaming as well. This actually might not be from Ken. I think these are all Will T Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. I did not record who sent these in, so I do apologize for that, and I apologize if I'm misattributing the screenshots. So let's go ahead and go back to this. So again, thank you all so very much. Let me bring it back in to this here. And one thing that I had no idea, and let me know if you all knew about this, but I was always under the presumption that you could not unload a partial bale that was a round bale. Isn't that
As far
how
as I know.
Well,
There must be a new feature, because they didn't allow it in 22, that's for sure.
for certain, but here I am. I'm holding the left bumper, and look, I'm at 76% in the main chamber. That's what I've got. I've only got a 38 liters in the pre-chamber. Unload unfinished bale is an option.
Huh?
I didn't get that.
I had to turn off the auto unload, like the auto drop, but that is definitely a partial bale right there. That's 7,600 liters. The normal bale is 10K.
That's probably why I didn't get it. It wouldn't let me unload the bale. Because I still had the auto on.
I mean, yeah, maybe that's it. I mean, that's definitely something that is unique to FS25, because I know for certain I tried that in FS22, and that burned me so... What? But, I mean, that burned me several times, not being able to unload the partial bales. I had to get a contract. It's like, oh, yeah, I would love doing cotton contracts. They're easy. You can just set them up and go kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, no, it just completely burns. Now check this out. You can actually load 4 round bales into this semi-truck trailer. Man, there's all
Yeah.
sorts of new stuff with cotton. Where was I when all this stuff was announced?
I agree. Like, we've been living under a bridge, apparently.
Ugh. I mean, I don't think I've ever been called a troll in a more roundabout way there, Jonah. Thank you.
Oh boy.
What are you saying, Jonah?
I'm just saying, none of us are accustomed to 25 yet. We're still based off everything off 22. 25 is set, had high expectations, and it's delivered.
Yes, 100%. Oh my goodness, how am I going to get this through the town here? All right,
Very carefully.
yeah.
Completed my route.
All right, you know what? We're gonna have to probably go like the roundabout way to get get this stuff delivered. Cause wow, this is. Wait, can I? I think this is a left turn only. I can't go right, but can I go right here? Maybe. No, of course not. Hi.
And through the.
What's that, Ken?
You went through a red light.
Oh, you know what? At this point, I'm going through all the red lights. If they're not going to let me go in the direction that I want to go in, well, then I don't respect the red lights. You know what? My cousin and I, we used to say all the time that, signs with white borders are optional. Well, in this case, signs with red lighting is optional. Do not take that as a real bit of advice. That is just a joke. Just a joke. YouTube, and for anybody listening out there right here, right now, enhance your calm. Oh my goodness. But you know what's funny is that it's really sad state of affairs where you would actually have to say that out loud to do what I just did there. Like, I'm doing that as a means to protect myself and the channel, because there's somebody out there who'd be like, oh hey, BDD Gaming said this, let me go ahead and do it, and then they're sending me to court because hey, this person went on to YouTube and said a thing. Let's see.
Yep.
Can I unload this now? Oh, okay. I didn't have to load it back down. Nice. Come on. Let's see what we get out of this. We're at 96%.
Oh, you're going to be about $3,000.
Ooh, $9,000 cash left over.
Money.
Oh man, when you get $9,000 just for the extra from the bail, that's special. But then the contract itself was what? $7,500 as a final payout, and that's including the leasing cost. Yes, please.
Bonus.
I mean, you figure when the stream started, I was at $18,000. We are now, what, like 2.5 hours in stream right now, I think? Yeah, 2.5 hours in stream. And we're already up to $77,000. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here real quick. So it looks like we left off with... Let's see. Luke, Marshall saying, have a good night and Merry Christmas. Luke, you as well. Hope you have a fantastic day and a Merry, Merry Christmas. You take care. We'll see you again next time. Whiskey with all the custom emojis. Whiskey, thank you so much. And Whiskey also saying see you to Luke.
Like how I do it? The see ya? The see?
I didn't even notice that until you pointed it out.
I've been doing it every time.
Oh man, why have I not noticed that? I've literally probably read that like a dozen times. Probably even
Every
more than
single
that.
stream. It's
Every
the
single
same
stream?
way.
Oh my
Every single
goodness.
stream I'm a part of, I do it.
Hey, you know what? I've never claimed to be the most observant person ever. Like I am so oblivious to certain things. So much so that my wife like could have very easily not have been my wife had I been so oblivious to what was going on. Ugh, this is a I won't say embarrassing, but it's definitely up there. So my wife and I, we worked in the same company. Well, we still do. Still work for the same company, and we had met, through our local office. And I was originally friends with her sister and her sister's boyfriend at the time, and we'd all kind of hung out, gone to lunch and stuff like that. And turns out, and again, I'm completely oblivious to this kind of stuff. But it turns out there were several people in the office that found me attractive. I thought they were crazy, but anyways, moving on. So they were. I was going out to lunch with her sister and her sister's boyfriend at the time, and they're like, Dave, there's several girls in the office that really find you cute and all that, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
because
right.
yeah, well, that's how I kind of blew it off at the time. It's just one of those kind of not something I was ever really used to hearing, because I've up until this point in my life, I've always been a very large man, so I'm not used to anybody being like, okay, well, he seems really nice and somebody who I'd be interested in going out on a date with. So one of those that it was what it was at that point. Well, because at that point, I would give a bit of a context. I was almost 500 pounds at that time. I was a big boy, kind of thing. Well, they're sitting there kind of talking to me and telling me all this kind of stuff, and they're like, yeah, there's a few girls that really find you cute. And I'm like, okay, I mean, like who? And they're like, oh, well, so and so and so and so, and then finally, because turns out they pulled, well, you know what? They would be the originator of the Jonah. And I'm not talking about the Jonah who drives vehicles into people's living rooms. I'm talking about Jonah who kind of works behind the scenes to kind of set scenarios up. That's the Jonah. That's the Jonah I'm talking about. Well, they basically started this this whole ruse and
rumor.
Well, not even a rumor, because so what was going on is that she was kind of gauging my responses to the various people that she was throwing out there, and then all of a sudden she started getting very coy about the last name that she had in her salvo. And she's like, oh, well, there's another person that really thinks that you're cute and all this stuff. And I'm like, really? Like, who? And she's like, oh, well, she would really be upset with me if I said anything and blah, blah, blah. And then she starts, describing her, all the physical characteristics. And up until this point, her sister and I had a couple of interactions, but nothing really that kind of stood out. Well, earlier that day, she had sent me an email. Her sister had sent me an email. My wife had sent me an email and was inviting me out, but I didn't read the email up until that point. I was really busy with work that day, so I hadn't had a chance to read it before going out to lunch. Well, her sister, I guess, was in the loop or in the know that this was kind of going on, and was trying to force the hand that was being played. Well, because I didn't see the email, whatnot, and I just was completely oblivious to what was going on. Well, I guess up until this point, my wife was throwing down what she thought was some pretty obvious cues that, according to her, I should have picked up on. And after she had kind of explained everything to me, yeah, it did seem rather obvious. I kind of was oblivious. Well, so she's sitting there and she's being really coy and really kind of like just describing her physical characteristics. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute. You're talking about your sister, aren't you? She's, oh my goodness, she'd hurt me, she'd really hurt me, she'd, like, I can't, no, I didn't say anything, kind of thing. I'm like, well, why are you being so coy about it? If she's, interested, then why didn't she say anything? She's like, well, she did, she sent you an email. I'm like, did she? And I break out, I break out my phone and I'm like, oh, I didn't even read it yet. And so I'm going through and I'm reading it, and she's inviting me out to go to a movie. And I'm like, oh man. So I feel terrible about not seeing this email up to this point. And again, her very obvious hints as to before actually asking me to go to the movies kind of thing. Like, had I been a normal observant person, like, again, a blind man would have seen that she was trying to, get my attention. But again, I wasn't used to that kind of thing happening. So needless to say, I'm extremely, extremely lucky man to be married, to have kids. Everything is due in part to my sister-in-law, her being kind of bumbling and fumbling through the whole situation that had happened. And yeah, needless to say, long story short, all that to
You
say
one
that
happy lucky man. You're a sneaky sister-in-law. It's pretty much right.
yes, the person who originated the Jonah. But I will say,
anyway.
In both scenarios, both in Jonah's scenario and my sister-in-law's scenario, both were for good causes and ended up very, very much benefiting myself. So greatly appreciative to both of them. Even though,
so you say redecorating a house with the tractor is a good cause? Perfect.
hey, no, Jonah, calm down, calm down.
Sounds like he wants to do it again.
Yeah.
Jonah, enhance your calm.
Or did I already do it last week that you just not buying the tractor?
You know what? Something that just occurred to me. You had a whole mess of equipment. Did I happen to return it by chance?
Probably.
Okay, yes,
no,
I
I
did.
didn't. I would have told you about it.
Well, no, you did tell me. I just couldn't remember had I returned it after everything was said and done.
Yes, you returned the tractor.
What? Why? When? Who? What? Where? Why is that a thing?
Oh, don't worry. I'll come back for it.
I hope so.
Yep.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
that happened to me on the pea harvest I'm doing. And skipped like a row while I was delivering and come back and, oh, I better go back and get that. He turned around and, oh, got that row.
Hey, Ken,
And he just,
Ken, it's probably getting pretty close to Christmas Day where you are, ain't it?
it is 3 minutes past 6 at night.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
'Cause
you're
you're in the
really ahead of
future.
us.
You're on Christmas Eve right now.
Yep.
Wow.
Well,
We really do
BB,
live
me
in the
and
future.
You just got into Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Luke, you've got a ways to go, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah,
See, that's the disadvantage for Luke living in the past.
Yeah. Now,
Santa visited him
me
last.
and you, we live in an okay future. Ken lives in the perfect future.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it, but yeah, I live in the future.
well, Ken gets his presents first, and then we are many hours afterwards, and then Whiskey he's way down the line. He's he's one of the last stops.
He's been a bad boy. He's got to wait for the longest.
He gets there, all he gets is a stocking full of coal.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I wouldn't mind it either. I can put it in my steam engine.
Exactly.
Well, you were saying that's the perfect gift for you there, Jonah, is a whole bag full of coal.
Yeah, for that miniature steam engine. Like, you show, like, BBD sent me a video of, like, some guy riding a little, like, a big model train. I'm like, that would be perfect if I had one of those.
Like the 1/8 or whatever they're called. The 1/8, I think they are.
Yeah, like, so you can actually ride it.
We have one of those down in about an hour away from us. And
Yeah.
it's pretty sweet.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had a railway system in his house.
I kind of did for a while, but then it got in the way, so that's why I went to the railroad club. Yeah, like when the folks are mad that it's on the floor and you've got all sorts of switches, you got cars everywhere. It's like, Joan, I do not like having to knock on your door to make sure there's not a train coming in front. It's like opening the door. I'm like, well, at least knock to make sure I'm not, asleep or something.
Oh, man. I could imagine just in Jonah's perfect world, there'd be a train in every single one of his rooms, and it would just be all connected through various switches and whatnot. And they would all kind of go in and out to various different rooms and whatnot. I could see this. I could 100% see in Jonah's perfect scenario that it would just be one giant model train area in his home. Am I wrong about that, Jonah?
That is a dream. That's a dream I'm gonna have. Like, say, when I buy me my own house, I'm like, all right, I'm getting me some HO track, and I'm gonna try to get me a little train room I may try to see to cut into the wall to go into the other room and do it like
You
that.
definitely should.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had.
No. I have the perfect idea. Make a 2-story house. First floor I live on. Second floor is just for trains.
And then you have a helix to connect it to.
Yeah. Well, why start with 1 floor? Why not just do 2 floors of trains?
Exactly.
Or better yet, if I win the lottery, I can just buy the hotel and just have like 50 floors of trains.
Even better.
Had the biggest model layout in the world, probably.
Hey, Joe, if that happens, I'll quit my job and I'll come out and help you.
I mean, there is like some place, I believe, like in Virginia, that they have a 7-story train layout that goes through 7 levels of an actual building. It's massive.
Fun.
Wow.
Like, now before you like say anything, it doesn't go like say. It's more of it goes like similar to like it goes a helix. So once it gets to the top, and then it spirals back down, so it doesn't like take up the. It's like just in the center of the building with glass, and you can just see the train going up it and then going down it.
Wow, that sounds intense.
But it's just one of those like say, oh, that's pretty cool just to have in the center of the building, just randomly look and see a train going by in it.
Yeah.
So here's a question: has anyone here have heard of a game called Hello Neighbor?
Yes.
So
No, I'm afraid not.
what
Nope.
about you, Whiskey? No.
Nope.
So Hello Neighbor is basically a game where you are, if I remember
A
seeing
Snoopy little kid.
like a Snoopy little child, and you see all these weird things happening over at your neighbor's house. So you want to go over and investigate because you're a Snoopy little child. Well, you go over there, and it turns
Kind
out
of
like
people watching.
what's that? Yeah, kind of like people watching. Well, it turns out that your neighbor is like this kind of mad scientist kind of thing, where his home is like this really intricate kind of like Barnum and Bailey circus kind of situation going on. And in some of the later builds, there's like roller coasters and whatnot, and again, for some reason, that's how I would envision Jonah's dream house, is just the kind of roller coaster, not even roller coaster, but the like trains just going like several stories in the air, just free floating with these massive support structures. Like that's what I envision Jonah having. Like if money
You
was
probably
not,
won't be far off either.
if money wasn't an issue, I think that would be like right up his alley.
Well, I mean, I do have some entries in $1 million sweepstakes, so who knows? Maybe that can be a reality.
You know what? If that is like if that becomes a reality there, Jonah, and you do end up like making a house where you have several stories worth of trains and stuff, you better believe that I'm gonna want to come and see it.
Oh, you better believe it. Like, oh, y'all will be instantly invited. Be a 3-story house. We live on the first floor, and then the next 2 floors are nothing but trains.
I'll come and help.
Or better yet, maybe you can stay in the rooms, but there'll be like train theme with Pacific trains going through each room. Train themed guest rooms.
Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious. Like, oh, Jonah, you know what? Train themed Airbnb.
Yes, like
Yeah.
like there, like say, and I can get some ideas because when I went to Missouri, we went to a hotel that was specifically train themed. I mean, they had trains everywhere. They didn't necessarily have any layout trains because they're a hotel. They don't want anyone to break anything. But they had models, but they didn't move. They were all on display. They had train stuff in every room, photos of trains in every room. I'm like, me and my friends, like say we each built 2 rooms. I'm like, well, let's see what the other room looks like. And their room, like, hey, you got this picture and we don't have it. We want this picture.
Well, is anybody here a fan of the Harry Potter movies?
No.
I kind of am.
So
The Hardworks train, I love the Hardworks train.
yeah, I could see that.
Hardworks Express.
So the reason I say that, and the reason why I said the train Airbnb, is because I recently saw a somebody set up a like Harry Potter themed Airbnb, and everything is Harry Potter themed, so much so that there's all these like hidden passageways inside the home, like behind bookcases and all these different kind of things. Like all the bedrooms are themed in Harry Potter and whatnot. It was kind of cool. Like it was just one of those, like, somebody really put a lot of thought and effort into making this. I just thought it was funny, but it was just, that's what kind of dawned on me when I was saying the train themed.
I would have loved to have seen that. She's Harry Potter mad.
Oh yeah. If I happen to come across, I'll take a look for it again. If I happen to find it, I will. I'll send it to y'all, so that way you can see it, because it was pretty cool.
Well, she's literally got every Harry Potter movie.
Oh, am I gonna be able to get this onto the? Oh. Come on.
You know something that'll be cool? Like, say, while I'm doing my live streams, if an actual train comes, I just turn the webcam to watch the train go by. You know, like pause the game and turn the webcam to watch the train.
Well, see, what you ought to do is, if you got a room in the house that you can do that with, put your webcam on like a swivel boom, so that way you'd be able to do that very easily. It's like, oh, I hear a train coming, and then just swivel it.
Yep. Well, the way my desk is set up, like, say, I have it where, like, it does slightly block the window, but it's enough where I can still go out there, because sometimes I will film the train from the roof. But it'll be perfect to just swivel it, like, all right, hey, here comes the train. We're going to pause the game and enjoy some actual trains.
Wait, did I just catch that correct? Did you say that you go out onto your roof?
Yes.
Like
We
you
have
go.
it's a 2-story house, so I can go out on the roof and film trains from the roof.
Oh, so like you can just climb out like the second story window and get onto the roof.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I
like
gotcha.
we have like a kind of like a patio, like where I kind of go on the patio roof, and it's the roof for the patio, but it alters for the roof I can sit on in. We do it all the time. A lot of my friends do it. Like it's kind of where I inspired to get the drone because I'm like I like the elevated shot of the train, so that's kind of why I got the drone because I was liking the elevated shot of the train.
For sure.
Makes sense.
And I
Nah,
wanted
you
I wanted a little bit more elevated than my roof. I mean, my roof was elevated, but a drone is way better.
Just a little.
Nah, Jonah, you got the drone so your butt wouldn't get cold standing on the roof.
Oh yeah, definitely, Ken, because it's a measly 21 degrees right now. So yeah.
Oof. Oof. Let's see. According to
That's
my
some
watch,
degrees here.
what was that, Ken?
21 Fahrenheit is about 10 degrees here.
Oof. Oof. Yeah, right now it's 50, according to my watch, 56 degrees.
Oh, so Florida does get below 60.
Oh, I tell you what, I was actually just telling Ken about this earlier in the stream before you all joined. Uh, it was down the like low 30s the other day, and people were losing their minds. It's
Did you
funny.
say 30?
Oh yeah, it was like 36 was the low a couple of days ago.
Wow,
But
that's cold from Florida.
oh,
You might actually get snow.
oh, I mean, one of the first years I moved down here, there was snow that happened, but it's just one of those kind of sprinkles down and doesn't stick around, so it's just kind of there. But that was like almost 20 years ago.
You know what makes for good photography? Trains and snow.
Oh, have you seen? Hey, John, have you seen the trains on Donner Pass with the snow blowers
Yes.
and everything? Oh my gosh, those are so beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Like with the train going through, kicking up the snow on the tracks and stuff, sometimes plowing it out of the way. It's so satisfying to watch it go through.
And beautiful too on top of that.
Indeed.
Do trains still use those like snow plows or those like I don't know
Oh
what they're.
yes,
Do they?
they
Okay.
do.
Oh yeah.
Like they'll in some areas where they have really deep snow, like say they'll have a dedicated set of engines to push it, cause you don't want to put it on a freight train, cause the freight train is having to pull the other stuff. It doesn't need to push snow and pull the train, so you just get a designated snow clearer train, to push the snow out of the way. And I've seen some. I'll send you a video like the wildest like snow a train is plowing without a plow, and then what the train can do with the plow.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's
Like
it's
if you
one of the.
wanted like for reference, they were plowing so much snow. I don't think the engineer could see where he was going if it wasn't for the tracks being there.
I mean that is the bonus about driving a train is it's not like you gotta avoid too much.
Yeah, like the only thing,
Just
like,
gotta
well,
avoid
you
the
can't
switches.
see, so just hope there's nothing on the tracks, which luckily there wasn't.
Just gotta avoid the switches.
Yep. And when it finally stops, you just literally see like the snow's covered the windows. You see them stop later, get a broom to dust it off
Oh jeez.
because
That's
it's piled up
nuts.
so high they couldn't see out the main window.
Wow.
Hey, Jonah,
Yes,
have you
sir.
watched the Rocky Mountain Railroader?
Yes.
I've watched that multiple times. One guy don't like in it though. What's his name? The magician guy.
Uh huh.
I hate him. It's a little creepy.
I get it.
And I keep going back to him too, going, really? There's other people that you would like, other people like to see,
Yeah.
not just this one guy.
Now we're completely lost. Everyone has no, besides you two, have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Oh boy. You even lost me there, Luke.
So
Really?
I've seen it, but I'm not that into it.
So who here has been keeping up with the Let's Play series? Out of curiosity, any of you three?
I am doing my best, but I swear, anytime I get to watch, I get 3 minutes in, and then someone's calling my name, or a train's coming. I'm like, oh my goodness, when can I even get through 10 minutes of an episode?
What about you, Ken and Luke?
Not really.
Which Let's Play?
The one on Riverbend Springs.
With your cousin.
Yeah. As soon as I get the notification, oh, Baby D's on, I tell Pepper, don't come and annoy me. He's on Riverbend. I'll see you in about an hour.
So the reason I ask is, here recently, I made a discovery about how well they improved the Deadwood contracts on Farming Simulator 25. So the other day, I happened to stumble into Driver 53 stream, and when I was there, I had made a comment about the Deadwood trees and the amount of leaderage. It turns out he actually produced a video. I had no idea about this, but he had produced a video to show how much leaderage you get out of trees, all the trees here on Farming Simulator 25. But I just so happened to discover that if you take your Deadwood trees from the contract and put it into a production point, let's say a carpentry or a sawmill, the amount of leaders that you get from these contracts is actually really significant. It's actually a pretty decent amount. For these 10 trees here, you're going to get over 10,000 liters worth of wood for this.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's almost like
Yeah.
11-ish thousand liters, maybe even more. I think it was like 1,400 liters per tree that you get for a Deadwood. So per tree, it's not that much, but if you're doing these contracts, it makes sense to be able to hang on to them and take them down to somewhere. So spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the Let's Play series who's wanting to, I ended up investing in the sawmill. And
Nice.
for that specific reason, because you get Deadwood contracts all the time. And not only do you get Deadwood contracts, but you also get these wood transporting contracts at the same time. So you can pair these two, the wood transport and the Deadwood contract. The wood transport doesn't produce any literage whatsoever. It's like maybe 10 liters after everything's all said and done. It's super like not worth even transporting the wood transport to a facility that you own, kind of thing. Like the amount that's left is just negligible at best. But these Deadwood contracts are next level good. You can buy a sawmill and fully utilize these Deadwood contracts to keep it fully sustained, like throughout pretty much the entire year with doing these contracts. And funny story, I ended up leasing out this ended up taking a contract, the wood transport, with this specific truck with it, but it was the one with the rear trailer as well, and a Deadwood contract. So I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling so lazy because the Deadwood contract came, and this is on Riverbend Springs. It came with this specific harvester, this John Deere Feller, and I'm like, I don't want to sit there and try and cut the limbs off the trees. I don't want to sit there and cut them into length to fit in the bunks. What if I take the feller, grab the 2 trees, and then drop it into the back trailer and just use the straps to keep it in place? Now, there's a country mile of tree that's hanging behind the trailer, but it actually worked. I was able to carry over 10 full-size trees with no limbs cut off of them, all deadwood trees, and I was able to get over 14,000 liters from that one contract just by cutting, dropping, going.
Wow, that's nuts.
So, pro tip from somebody who's not a pro.
Come on, you're a pro, BBD. We know you are.
Well, I appreciate that. But check it out. Like, look into it, because here's the thing: is the one thing that FS25 has that FS22 didn't have at the very beginning was these style of factories, these small farm factories, and one of them is the sawmill. For $36,000, you can get the sawmill, take the deadwood trees to the sawmill, and you start producing these things. And now you have the basis for a lot of the constructibles. And if I'm not mistaken, you also get a is there a carpentry? Yes, there is a carpentry that you can take and utilize the trees to make your furniture. So you can fill these. I mean, absolutely slam them full, because they don't have much storage in them. I think they're only like 30,000 liters. So like 2-3 contracts, and you're going to fill up this whole facility and keep it full for in perpetuity, kind of thing. Or you can get the big sawmill, invest the $300,000 it costs to get the sawmill, and be able to really keep up with that one. And it produces a ton of pallets, a ton of material. And you get the byproduct of wood chips, and you get with the big sawmill, you get the prefab walls as well, because the small one doesn't include prefab walls as an output. You can see it only does the planks long, and the wood beams. But the big sawmill is the one that will actually do all 4 of the different productions. The planks, wood, prefab walls, planks long, wood beams, and wood chips as a byproduct. So, yeah, top tip.
From a pro.
Pro-esque. Pro-esque. We'll try to stay humble around here.
Well, you're getting paid to do it too, so yeah.
What was that?
Pro. You're getting paid to do it, so you're a pro.
Yeah. Just because you're paid to do something doesn't mean that you're good at it. There's certainly room for me to grow, and
you're better than me. I couldn't even pick up the logs.
I mean, I did pick up a stack of 5 logs with the wood crane, so I will say I am pretty tickled pink about that one.
You gotta beat your record though, BBD. You gotta beat your record. You gotta pick up all 10 logs in one sitting.
No, Jonah. I'm not Will T Gaming.
That's 5.
No. If you can pick up 10 logs in one sitting in any stream, I would donate $100.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay.
And that's
Hold on. You know what?
Now.
So if I pick up 10 logs in stream, you'll donate $100.
You have to do it in all one sitting, though. If you gotta figure out how to pick them all up at one time.
Okay. Now,
he's got to train and practice, eh?
Well, see, so you have confirmed and restated. Now, here's the thing that you didn't realize. You didn't say I had to use the transport truck.
You
True,
can use
he
whatever
does.
you want. You can use whatever you want.
So
As
what you're
long
saying,
as you can pick up 10 logs.
so what you're
10
saying,
full-size logs.
so what you're saying is I can use the Volvo, the high
Whatever
lift.
you want. And I will donate $100 when I see it.
Okay. Okay. So here tonight on now officially Christmas Eve on December 24th at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jonah, also known as Rail Fanning Jonah, has decreed that he would give $100 to the stream if I'm able to pick up at least 10 logs with any bit of equipment, throwing that proviso in there, at a single time. Now, you say pick up. You say just pick up. You didn't say to actually load it or do anything with it, correct?
Well, I say pick it up and put it in a trailer.
Okay, pick it up.
Now the rules have changed.
No, I did say pick it up. I was trying to say pick it up and put it in a trailer.
Okay, so now the terms are acceptable, and I am very highly thinking about dropping out of this map just so we can go to my testing map and give this a go.
Effective next stream.
Effective next stream. Okay. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Because unfortunately, I have to go because I have work later on today.
That's all good, Jonah. I greatly appreciate you hopping in here and hanging out with us here tonight. You have yourself a fantastic day. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you again next time, bud.
And I look forward to donating that $100 whenever it happens.
Later. You better believe I'm going to be practicing.
All right. Bye.
Take care, Jonah.
See you, Jonah.
Bye, Jonah.
Hey, Jonah, before you hop off.
I think you already missed him.
Come on. Have him sing a song.
Oh, we didn't get him to sing a song. Darn it.
That'd be next stream.
What's that, Ken?
Let's be next stream.
That's for the next stream. So okay, so here's the proviso and the change. So he made an offer. I'll make the counter offer. He does the $100 if I pick up the 10 logs. At the same time, afterwards, he also needs to sing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We have too much fun around here.
Just a little.
Oh my goodness. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Like I typed yesterday on your stream, we're all weird at some point.
You know what? Yeah. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh man, but you better believe I'm going to be testing this out. Oh my goodness. Load up my testing map. It's going to be either one of these two. It's going to be either the Volvo or the Cinnabogan high-low lifters. More than likely, it's going to be this one, the Volvo. I think that one is going to be the one that's going to be able to pick up 10. I don't think
Plus, there's a lot of gravity.
Let's say that again, Ken.
Plus, it's got lower gravity center.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, the Cinnabogan, this thing is absolutely ridiculous. But this one does have the adjustable support legs. You can see them there in the back. They'll just kick out and give you a good wide stance.
That's nice.
But it's like $500,000, so that's definitely going to be a testing map kind of thing.
You have to buy it too.
No. He never said that. Don't give him ideas.
Can't they change the rules?
Oh, what did I just hear here?
You want me to sing a song? I'll sing a song right quick.
There you go.
Jonah, come back.
I was gonna put the stream in the background and I heard the question. I want him to sing a song.
Let's hear it, bud.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
There you go. I'm satisfied.
There we go. There we go. Jonah, thank you for hopping back on just to do that. I appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Take care, bud.
Bye.
See you,
Oh my goodness.
It worked. Yay!
Luke, you willed it into existence. Oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, everyone, it is now 12:35 at night, and I do have to be up for work in the morning, so I think this
Yeah,
is
same
where
here.
we're gonna leave it off. But well, yeah, but you live in the past, so 12:35 here is
only
what, like
9:35
9:30
here.
there? Yeah. I think you still got a little time.
Yeah.
You better
Well,
got a little
let's go,
time.
like,
What was that, Ken?
You both got a little time. It's 6:36 p.m. here.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of time.
Yeah, we got a lot of time there, Luke.
yeah.
That's wild that you like it's 9:30 p.m. there over where Luke is, but it's 6:30 p.m. over where Ken is at. But Ken is like so far in the future, he's almost caught back up to you.
I'm
Yeah.
nearly a full day.
Yeah, nearly a full 24 hours ahead of you. That just blows my mind.
And it's summer there too, right?
Yeah. It is a balmy 23 Celsius, so that's about 70 degrees of Fahrenheit.
See, that's almost
That's getting a little
perfect
warm
weather
for me.
right there.
That's getting a little warm.
Well, I'm sitting in my lounge. I've got the fan on full blast, and I'm sweating.
Oh wow.
And I've got the sliding door open as well.
Whew.
Whereas me, I have
Geez,
a heater going.
And no heater.
Yeah, I have a heater going, not you.
Oof, 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 oof. Well, like I said, y'all, this is I had an absolute blast here tonight hanging out with everyone. I hope that you all did too.
We need to do more streams with everybody here.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Like I said, I've got a few other prior commitments that I need to get out there for new channel members and all that stuff. They get
Yep.
their stream, but as soon as I get those all cleared up, then we're gonna keep on rolling these up. You know, we'll kind of switch it up between
Everybody's
singles
invited to
and
join the craziness.
that's it. That's it exactly. But I tell you what, Ken and Luke, go ahead and stick around for just a sec. I'm going to go ahead and sign us off from here. And yeah, we'll go ahead and catch you on the outro. But
See you on the flip side.
I greatly appreciate everybody who showed up here tonight. Jonah, Will, Luke, Ken, thank you all so very, very much. I know Pippa mentioned something about hopping in here, but I didn't see her hop in. She must have got busy. But anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed it tonight. I know I certainly did. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing, the shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday is yours. I hope it is an amazing one. And everybody have an amazing new year. Take care.
Bye. I mean, no.
Yeah.
God save the king.
I was waiting for it. I held off on pushing the button, waiting for it. Take care, everyone.